we're gonna have at least 100 people during this show.
Yep.
At
We
least 100 people asking ET related questions.
Yeah, we should make it like you are only eligible to win a prize if you submit a question.
If you submit a question, it has to be about ET, and we have to answer it. If we get it right, you win a prize.
Yeah. If we don't answer, then they can't get a prize.
That's right. Yeah, I can plead the fifth and keep the prizes for ourselves. Okay. So I'm gonna keep eating my dinner until somebody comes in the room.
That's fine.
There's nobody in here except for us. This is you and me.
Me and you are having a good time on the internet.
I love the internet. God, I oh okay. Let's see. Blu-ray is dying. Sales are dropping faster than Sony was expecting. Really?
I can see that. There's just the push is that people want their media digitally.
Hmm. I understand that convenience. I like owning flat out because the reason I don't want to own it digitally is because I don't like being divided on which system it's tied to.
Sure.
You know, like if it's on like a Hulu or Amazon or whatever, like if it's Amazon you could do. But if it's like a universal account, Amazon is really the only one. Um, that's one thing, but like if I've bought a video on Xbox Marketplace, so if I want to watch it, I have to go to an Xbox, and if I want to go to a friend's house and watch the movie, I have to either go on his Xbox. If it doesn't have an Xbox, then I can do nothing.
Right.
So it's a very interesting kind of thing to want to do things digitally. I understand the convenience because I do like it. There's a lot of things actually I wish I had digitally because hello. So my network is just being picky, which is cool because I'm in this room and I don't have a wired connection. So I just have to hope that my little wireless receiver keeps cooperating.
That sucks.
Hmm. I hope it happens during the middle of something important.
What?
I hope it happens during the middle of something important.
Ah.
That's my fantasy.
My fantasy involves Burger King.
Burger King fantasy.
I have a Burger King fantasy.
What would you do in the Burger King fantasy?
It would be like free spaghetti night.
Oh, that's not bad. You go to Burger King and they just happen to have spaghetti because of your fantasy?
Yeah.
Hmm. I'm down with that.
My hangout is being a total butt fart.
So is mine. If you need to leave and come back in, that's fine. I don't know why mine's being a little picky as well too. I just know my connection is being kind of a turd.
It won't load the Q&A thing. I don't know why.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
Dummies. Okay. Yo yo yo. That's the question. Chris Kilgrease is in the house. That's what he's asking us.
If who's in the house?
Chris Kilcrease.
Oh, no, he's not in my house.
Okay, so no. So does he win a prize?
Yeah.
Okay, it's pretty
You
good.
get a free ticket to my house.
Okay.
Mint 1.
I wish we could tell exactly who was in the chat room.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like that would be a much bigger advancement than anything else.
I'm going to drop and rejoin. It might take me a couple minutes, but...
That's fine. I'll just hang out here. Noob.
Okay.
Mama just killed a shake. Put a shake against his head. Pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's keep eating. Keep eating everything. Cool. Michael Radon will be back in just one moment, and we'll continue doing our thing. But until then, he's double checking his connection, making sure everything's all right, because you know how computers are. The moment you want to do something, they don't work the way they're supposed to. So, you know, that's how it is. So how's everybody this evening? Answer me. 'Cause if you give me an answer, I'll respond to it. I hear kids outside because that's what happens. Kids are born outdoors, so they remain outdoors. I'm excited. I have this box of neat stuff from Microsoft, spelled with a $sign. Was anything that was pulled from the Atari Dig actually functional or working? While I was there, nothing that we tried worked. I think they tried like 4 or 5 different copies of ET at least on one system, and none of them were a go, unfortunately. And we had to wait around because they were using my TV for this. So we waited for about 2 hours while they tried a bunch of stuff. I mean, they were Frankensteining cartridges together to see what they could do, and unfortunately, no dice. No dice. But, you know, it was a cool try at least. So there's definitely merit in that. Any other questions? I like answering questions. In lieu of Radon being here, I think questions are a good, healthy alternative. Goodbye, everybody. So what's everybody doing this evening? Hanging out? Down the street? As you should be. So while we're waiting, I'm going to keep giving you guys previews of stuff that I have to give away. One of them, anything free is cool, right? A Zoo Tycoon hat that's way too small for my head. Oh, there we go. That kind of works. I don't know what I'm doing wearing a Zoo Tycoon hat, but hey, they're free, and I've got a box of them right here. I also have, in case you guys like drinking things, you can do that out of these Zoo Tycoon cups. Now, it's rounded at the bottom, so you're actually getting less liquid than you're pouring in there, ultimately. But, you know, it'll keep things hot. So that's always neat. I also have Sunset Overdrive hat. And this has patented FlexFit Tech 110. Unparalleled comfort. The ultimate OSFA hat. I don't know what that means. Trent, we did not go to Santa Fe Grill, unfortunately. I think we went to Denny's because we knew where it was and we were tired. So we didn't do a lot of looking around, unfortunately. It seems like Santa Fe Grill would be the way to go. I think I had some friends who actually came down from Albuquerque and did that just for the day, for the afternoon. So not a bad decision from what I understand. In addition to this Sunset Overdrive hat, we have this delicious Xbox hat. Nice and plain. It says Xbox One on the back. Kind of cool. I really like simple designs, so something like this I find to be extremely appealing. We'll be giving one of these away as well. In addition to both of those hats, all three of the hats, the Zoo Tycoon mugs, Microsoft gave me a copy of Dead Rising 3 to give away. And I know you guys like Dead Rising 3. Maybe you do. I don't actually know that at all. I'm guessing. And I might be guessing completely inaccurately. And a bunch of copies of Forza 5. So if anybody wants a free copy of that, you're going to have to do a little bit of trivia answering. We also have these really slick Rise, Son of Rome art books. And these are nice because they come on, you know, big old super sheets with awesome art inside. There's a picture of Glot. There's Boudica. In 410 AD, Rome was finally sacked by the Visigoths. I'm not worried about the barbarians. I'm worried about him, says Nero. It's like a story. Okay, so I'll be giving away some of those as well. I've got a handful of lanyards that are too far away for me to want to reach. So we'll probably start the giveaways fairly soon, so that way anybody who tunes in can get prepared. What I would like to do, though, is as people are coming in for the giveaway, definitely make it known so I know exactly how much interest we have and how much we're going to give away. So like one person doesn't win every last thing. I'm going to try to prevent that though, just in general. Let's see. I think that's it for swag. I've got 3 books, 3 Forzas, a couple more Zoo Tycoon hats. You got 4 of those, 4 cups, Sunset Overdrive hat, and the Xbox One hat. So it was kind of cool for them just to give us like a couple $100 worth of just stuff, you know. Thank goodness. They were really cool down there, though. It was really, really nice. Chris Kilcrease asks, I sneezed the other day. I'm going to actually put this on the top so you guys can check out this question. I sneezed the other day and pulled my testicle. Do you think it's possible to actually pop your nut from sneezing? And if it does, will the exploded testicle particles orbit your one good ball, or will your body just absorb it? I think they would have like a skewed orbit before they finally ended up making contact with either the testicle or the inner scrotum, and then just go straight back into it, and then you keep going, and maybe it grows back. That's my theory. I don't know where Radon is, so I'm going to keep doing this until he shows up. So anyway, we've got 3 viewers. 3 viewers, a whole bunch of freebies. I got hats, everybody. I've got video games to give away, and I'll mail all these out. Like so, like should you win something, like you know, I'm totally gonna ship it to you guys, and that'll be on me. It sucks if you live like in Europe or whatever, but hey, that's fine. I gotta do what I gotta do. That's how you keep the people happy. Okay, we're done with that question. It was a very good question. So let's go ahead real quick while we're waiting. I want to find out what everybody's favorite moment from E.T. was. Your favorite moment from E.T. The movie. Or you could do the game if you wanted to, but the movie is much more likely to get an answer, because I don't think a lot of people have fond memories from the game. Okay.
Hi.
All right. Hi, Michael Radon.
That was terrible.
Did you get yelled at by Trent?
I did.
Okay. Too bad. So here's what we're going to do.
All right, lay it on me.
I've got a Zoo Tycoon hat. I've got a Sunset Overdrive hat. And I've got Tony Coffin. I think it was actually penis breath and not dick breath, but that was good. That's close. Walkie-talkies as guns. Not having to play anymore. These are all valid answers. Okay, I've got 3 hats right here. This is called the hat tier system. Who wants a hat? We have 4 viewers. 4 viewers.
And I want to address the questions here. I did take you to Santa Fe Grill.
Did we go to Santa Fe Grill? Oh, that was the one that was in the gas station.
Yeah.
I thought that was in Alvagorda. Okay, no, you totally did. I'm sorry. My apologies. I didn't know what it was called. I assumed it was called like Stop and Shop or something.
Park and eat.
Park and eat, yeah. Okay, no, sorry, Radon totally did. And I had my pork burrito when I got back, and it was delicious. So thank you. Okay, so first things first. Real quick, right off the bat, we're doing a giveaway. You know, because anybody likes free things, and it doesn't even matter what it is if it's free, right? So I'm going to give away first Zoo Tycoon hat and a Zoo Tycoon cup. Okay. However, the criteria for you winning is that Mr. Radon is going to ask a bit of trivia, and you're going to have to answer it.
Okay.
So, and this can be about, you could make it about E.T., you could make it about the actor who played Elliot. I have no idea who he is.
So this is E.T. related trivia?
It can be anything related trivia. Meaning,
I haven't seen E.T. in like probably 20 years.
Okay. Well, then let's not worry about that. Let's do animal trivia, just general animal trivia. If we're gonna win something Zoo Tycoon related, you might as well ask about an animal.
Animal trivia? Okay. I got a good one actually.
Okay.
There is a lot of things that a lot of animals can do. You know, you think of bodily functions, and you think that we all kind of do the same things, right? We all sweat for the most part. I mean, fish probably don't sweat, but you know, most animals sweat, or they taste things.
What if the ocean is all fish sweat because that's all they're doing?
That's why it's so salty.
Right.
But here's my question: is that there is a bodily function that kangaroos cannot do.
Uh-oh.
I want to know what that bodily function is.
Can I guess?
You can guess like privately. I don't want you to win.
I probably won't guess. I was going to guess weird things. Okay. So, the question is, there is something that a kangaroo can do.
Can't do.
Can't do that any other mammal can do?
Pretty much.
Okay, I have no idea, but go for it. Anybody. What is it that a kangaroo cannot do that any other mammal can do? We have 4 viewers. One great question. What can kangaroos do? What can kangaroos not do that any human can do? For a chance to win some stuff.
And it is say something like, you know, speak English. It's a bodily function. It's something that babies can do. But kangaroos cannot.
Kangaroos cannot do this. Masturbate.
Fart, actually, is the correct answer.
Okay, so, well,
Popped in with that.
Trent. Okay, so a hat and cup go to Trent. Well, I'll send that to you.
I don't know if kangaroos can masturbate. I think they can. I don't know how it works, but
They jump a lot. Maybe that's what they're doing when they're jumping.
I don't know if kangaroos can spit. That's a good question. I mean, I wasn't thinking of spit. I was definitely thinking of fart. I'm not
Tony's could be right.
kangaroos spit.
Do some research, because if Tony's right and Trent's right, well, everybody's getting a goodie.
Yeah, goody get.
Yeah, goodie get.
I know that they can make soup.
Kangaroos?
Yeah.
They make stone soup. You won.
Yahoo Answers asks, do kangaroos have venomous saliva?
Weird.
Yeah.
I guess cats kind of do. They're going to bite you and poison you.
Okay, the female kangaroo makes a saliva trail between the cloaca and the pouch. So, does that count as spit? It is spit, but they can't like maybe. So, oh no, wait, here we go. There's a tennis article about a kangaroo spitting all over Carolyn Wozniacki. So I'm assuming I'm gonna watch this video and can put to rest the myth as to whether or not kangaroos can spit.
That is a good point. Okay. So it looks like Trent is our winner of the very first giveaway, which is good. There's a couple things because we can wait for a couple more people to show up too. We'll do these sort of incrementally. There's going to be some interesting news coming out of E3 this year.
Yeah.
So number one is Nintendo announced that they are doing a similar Nintendo Direct kind of situation that they did last year. And they did it with Mega 64, which I thought was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was actually a really fun little video that they put together to show that, like, it seems that they're really trying to engage, like, pop culture. I wonder if, like, they'd ever go as far as to go with somebody like Ego Raptor or, like, you know, any of the Game Grumps related folks, because even Mega 64 does some kind of crude stuff. So that was kind of an interesting approach, I thought. I'm excited to see what that's all about. So I'll have, you know, Mario Kart there. There's Smash Brothers Invitational Tournament. It's gonna be good. That's all I can tell you. I can tell you more, but I don't know anymore. So I'll have to wait.
I don't want to wait.
You better. Okay. So,
in warm weather, kangaroos moisten their limbs with saliva to keep cool.
ew. That happens in dirty videos too. I guess I don't know if it's warm weather, but people moisten things with saliva. Their cars. One thing I wanted to discuss was that it seems there was some sort of slip-up in Nintendo source code, and a lot of places, Pierre Schneider, IGN, has been hearing a lot about Nintendo announcing some sort of new hardware at E3. What do you think?
Well, here's what I think. I read a really good explanation when I first heard about this story that could have just been like search metadata. That
Yeah.
if you searched Google, if you were like Nintendo new console, then that being in the code would trip it so that Nintendo would be at the top of the results.
Mm-hmm.
It's just part of how search engine algorithms work. But here's if we're going to talk new hardware, I think we have two distinct possibilities. One, we're going to see some other new iteration of the 3DS.
That's my prediction, but continue.
Two, and this is kind of what I'm really hoping for, Wii U Plus.
Like a Wii U that can play 3DS games or DS games or...
Like a Wii U, like a new, it's really a new console in my head that I'm thinking of here. That's kind of on par with what the Xbox One and the PS4 can deliver in terms of graphics and online experience.
Ooh.
But the peripherals, the control system, and the compatibility is exactly the same.
All intact, okay.
So if you have a Wii U, you can play Wii U games.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a Wii U Plus, you can play Wii U games or Wii U Plus games.
Okay. Would it kill Wii compatibility?
Probably, knowing Nintendo's kind of design history, like the DS supports, the DS supports Game Boy Advance, the DSi doesn't, right?
Hmm.
So I think it's going to kind of go along those lines where, yeah, probably they would phase out Wii backwards compatibility, I think.
Okay, that makes sense. Did you see the patent that they secured this morning?
I did not.
So what it looks like, basically, from all the pictures that I've seen, is basically the bottom part of a 3DS. Okay?
Okay.
Watch this. I've got mine with me. So I can show you sort of what the scoop is. But what they were showing, basically, was something where you still have your circle pad, your D-pad, buttons, yeah? They're also showing something down here. Now, it wasn't just that it was like another circle pad, but apparently the patent was for a concept that would allow you, there's basically 4 slots that exist here, and you could actually switch out pieces accordingly. So if you wanted to do 2 circle pads up top, you could get the 2 circle pad parts, boom, boom, and if you wanted your D-pad and buttons down here, keep your D-pad there, buttons over here. If that was too uncomfortable and you wanted your circle pad down here, boom, swap it out with the buttons. Or for some reason, if you want your buttons over here, take these to this side and do that, which is kind of an interesting concept. So, I mean, that's just a little bit of guesswork, and I mean, we're sort of going off of just the patent pictures because they haven't offered an explanation for it. But that's what the patent was basically alluding to.
It's interesting. I don't know how practical it is, but it's interesting.
Yeah, it almost seems like for like the next iteration, it might be a better way to go. But it's a possibility that they might roll out like another DS, and maybe they're thinking about doing so for the sake of Smash Brothers.
That would make sense.
You know, like if there's going to be any sort of customization, not only in button configuration, but in like system, you know, button configuration, that would be an interesting concept. So I don't know. I do not know.
So I am looking at a video on YouTube called "Kangaroo Spits in Woman's Face."
Oh, good.
It's probably a sneeze, but I posit to you that you spit when you sneeze.
Sure.
So.
Well, do you think you'd actively spit without sneezing?
I don't know. But we've established saliva glands and the ability to eject things from face holes. So I don't know. If Tony can provide me with some concrete evidence to the contrary, then I will add that to consideration.
All right. I'm drinking a lot of grape juice. It's like I'm drinking wine.
That's great. Well, if you let it sit out for a long time.
That's true. I'm going to put this grape juice out for 100 years and then let it turn into delicious wine. I've never had wine. I have, however, eaten tiramisu. Continue the tradition.
I don't like that stuff.
I hate coffee, but I like this stuff. I don't know what it is. I love it. I'm going to put it in my mouth. So excited.
What's the best thing you've ever put in your mouth?
Crunchy chicken from Noda's.
Does it make you sad? How long has it been?
They closed down about 5 years ago. That was the last time that I truly lived. And started running on empty since then. Yeah, fumes. Crunchy
You're a shell of your former self.
Yeah, it's if you like me now, you should have seen me back then. It was really good. So I feel as if since we're hanging out and we got 5 viewers, we have 4 viewers now. I'm waiting until we have 5 active viewers. When we get 5 viewers, I will give away a copy of Forza 5 because 5 viewers, not 4 viewers, not Forza 4.
But what about Forza?
But Forza turns into 5, so this.
So I think we need to have 45.
5's a 6. Is a sequel. So there's a couple things about this game as I was playing it. It's beautiful, and you're right. They're still taking terrible care of the people in the game. They're just background images that don't even move. They're just JPEGs, high-res JPEGs.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the sidelines. Yeah. This is embarrassing. That your next-gen console. But I mean, otherwise, it looks great. I have a car that looks like it's made out of wood. Joel T. Bridges just came on, asked if we take questions. We absolutely do. We absolutely take questions, and you get the chance to win something if you stick around. So it'll be worth your time to check it out. But yeah, ask any questions, anything you want. I gotta keep up with these things. And then in a couple minutes here, we'll give away a copy of Forza 5.
I haven't really played a lot of Forza. I played.
What did you play?
A little bit Forza 1.
I tried it, I remember. What I like about this is like Prince of Persia.
I just don't, I don't know.
Have you played the recent Forzas?
No, I've only played one.
Okay, because you can rewind time if you mess up.
In the new ones?
Yeah. Which I actually really like because, you know, sometimes I'm racing and, like, I don't want to be bothered with, oh, I just raced for 10 minutes and then I lost at the last second. You know, you mess up, but you can rewind time and then go just try again from right there.
Hmm.
So ultimately, it's kind of cool because it teaches you how to like handle certain situations pretty well because you sometimes have to practice them over and over. But it just doesn't BS you. You don't have to use the rewind, but I like it because for somebody like me who really wants to try something like this and enjoy it, it accommodates to my patience level of something like this. Joel asks real quick, what is your show mainly about? He's new to the show. Would you like to explain it?
We talk about video games. Sometimes we talk about video game news. Sometimes we just answer questions. Sometimes we give away things like we are tonight. And sometimes we kiss passionately.
That's true, through the internet. That's what we gotta do. Yeah, we do a lot of stuff in this show. It's mostly video game related, and sometimes we go into tangents that really aren't. But you know, we just sort of go with whatever's happening and make it a lot of fun and hopefully entertain people. It makes me laugh, so I assume that if I laugh at it, it might make somebody else laugh, and it's kind of like a narcissistic approach to the whole thing because I'm not always that funny, but sometimes I think I am. So
you can be as funny as you want to be.
That's true. I'm going to be maximum funny this evening. I'm going to funnily eat a cake.
Funnel cake?
I would eat funnel cake if I had some with me. Okay. So, how many people that are actively watching are interested in winning a copy of Forza 5? If there's not a lot of you, that'll increase your chances exponentially. 5 people?
The fifth.
5? The fifth man?
The fifth element.
What if they had the fifth element for the Xbox One, but it was on the Forza engine?
Like a port of the original Fifth Element game?
Yeah, but on the Forza engine, so like the cars and vehicles looked great, but like the people looked awful.
I think that'd be okay.
That'd be nice, yeah. Why not? So who's here to win a copy of Forza 5? Anybody? I hope so. I'm here to win a copy. And if you don't win it, then I'll win it.
But I want to win it. What if we just compete for it, you and me?
You and I? Well, we can. We certainly can. Let's see. You have an Xbox One? Okay. Well, I'm gonna have a trivia question for you. I'm inviting a couple more people just to see.
Just to screw it up for everyone else.
Yeah. And by the time that they answer, I'm sure. Okay. All right. So, let's see. I got to think of a good question to ask to make it a lot of fun. Cutthroat. Do I want to make? I'm looking at my Rise of the Planet of the Apes poster, and I wonder if I want to make a trivia about that.
You can make a trivia about anything.
Okay, let's do Jurassic Park trivia. All right, in the movie Jurassic Park, what does John Hammond say that Dr. Grant and Ellie Sattler are saving their wine for, their champagne? What occasion are they saving their champagne for?
While we wait for answers on that, I just want to say that recently I think Jeff Goldblum has like reached my top 5 celebrities I want to hang out with.
Yes, badly.
Like I would love to just spend a day with Jeff Goldblum.
The way he conducts himself. I was watching him in Conan O'Brien, and he seems just so affable, and like everything you say to him, he would answer with the best answer possible.
Yeah. Even animated versions of Jeff Goldblum are worth.
Michael, there you are. So you're kind of breaking up for me.
I'm sorry, but it's just not working out anymore.
Michael? That's okay, we broke up.
Yep.
Ellie Sattler and Dr. Grant. What does John Hammond say they're saving their champagne for? That's a good question.
It is. I don't know
I
the
think it's a
answer.
good question. Do you remember?
Me? No, I don't. I don't know at all.
All right, now you know. I sent you the hint. Waiting to see if Jeff Goldblum naked. That's a much better answer. There it is. Grant says, "Hey, we are saving that." To which Hammond says, "For today, I guarantee it." There you go. All right, Trent, you win a copy of Forza 5 for the Xbox One.
Good job, Trent.
I'm putting that in your pile.
You can add that to your copy of Forza 3, which I think is still unopened.
That's funny. Well, you can do whatever you want with Forza 5, I guess, if you want to unopen it.
Yeah, skip it. Just go straight to 5.
So unopen. Okay. So, pretty good. Pretty good. All right. So we've given away 2 sets of things. Let's see.
The giveaways have started, and they are not going to stop until we decide that they stop.
So I've given away all the things for people. Let's see.
You ready for this? You ready for this? Yeah, party started.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Okay.
Grape flavored.
Let's see. I don't have an Xbox One. Grant says, "Hey, we were saving that and eliminating all the previous questions."
Gross.
Let's see. Okay, so how's everybody doing this evening? I would like to know. Who all's watching? What are you guys up to? How is life? What's new? It's hard when people don't respond immediately.
Yeah, well, I think we're like a good 30 seconds ahead.
Of the world, whoa.
Here's something that happened last week. Sega made Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed free on Google Play. And they're supposed to be adding new content this week, adding Wreck-It Ralph and Metal Sonic to the phone version.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Trent, I can do the same. That's actually the only reason I thought of it, because I can pretty much quote all of Jurassic Park. So Trent and I need to have a quote battle. I have a friend named Michael Graham, and every time we're hanging out, he always says, "The point is," and 100% of the time, the follow-up is, "You are alive when they start to eat you, so try to show a little respect, okay?" No matter what. Anytime he says that, the point is, you are alive when they start to eat you.
That's depressing.
You hear that? What is that? Maybe it's the power trying to come back on.
I have a super hard question the next time you want to give away something.
Okay. Well, next time I give away something, I'm going to give away a Rise book. A Rise art book. So, I'm trying to think of anything else I could possibly quote. Oh, I could quote most of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But I'll start crying at this point.
Yeah. I had a friend who's really good at just like movies, and so the game that he likes to play is that you just have to go back and forth like quoting a movie, and the other person would have to name the movie, and then they could quote a movie. You do that.
I'm trying to think of my favorite movie quotes. I don't really think of a lot of quotes from movies, except for the movies that I really know. And I only think of like key quotes because there's certain things that I couldn't quote reasonably well.
Like Basic Instinct.
I can quote the part where she spreads her legs. I just do that. That's a quote, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Chris says he's doing great, getting ready to paint the NES this weekend. Now the weather's going to be nice because we've been discussing some cool stuff, working on custom NESs. And I haven't had a lot of time to help him, unfortunately. I feel bad, but he does a really good job of being an artist. And we're going to be throwing out some more cool custom stuff at the store. This tiramisu is delightful.
If you mix around the letters in tiramisu, you can spell let's see. I arm suit.
I arm suit. I like that. I like that a lot. Joel asks if we ever feature guests on our show, and yeah, occasionally we do. We've had the Wii guy on our show, Nico Gutierrez. We've had Caitlin Oliver, who features high scores at Galloping Ghost for Splatterhouse. And I've been talking with C.G. Thornton, Star Slayer, and she said she would be on our show possibly next week.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And Smooth McGroove.
Smooth McGroove as well. Yeah, we've had a fair amount of hip guests with very nice hips.
Yeah.
They show up and they show off their hips, and then we rate them. I think the only person I've rated with bad hips was Kate Beckinsale. She's a decent-looking lady, but her hips are they're jagged, man.
You don't like her hips?
I don't dislike them. It's just they're too angular.
Well, hips don't lie.
That's a good point. So she's angular.
You can trust her
Just
because of her hips.
trying to ask what the thing standing next to me is, and that is the female gremlin. And Gremlins 2. Trying to kiss me, but I'm over here, so she can't. Oh my god, it's too low. Alright. Let's see, I like guests. Yeah, eventually I want to see if we can get David Dienstbier to show up on the show at some point. He was the producer of the old Turok games. Very nice guy, nice man. I'd love to have Lauren Lanning or somebody as well too. But I don't know if their flow and style is the same as the show. Lauren is very politically focused. He's a nice guy.
We can, we might, I think if we shot for, what do you say, a guest a month, maybe?
Yeah, I might be able to do something.
I think between the two of us, we could get some people.
I'm going to be talking to a bunch of folks next month at Electronic the 3rd, so we'll see if I can make any hookups there. Also, people Hooters, all the Hooters chicks to be on our show.
Yeah. I think we could get our show broadcast live at Hooters. I'm not saying we do a show from Hooters, but that they could show our show at Hooters.
On their bring a laptop and hook it up to their TVs.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny if we could do that. It'd be really, really funny. I still have a bunch of stuff to give away. I got some lanyards. I got hats. I got lots of hats. I got books. And if we don't do it all tonight, I might do some to the store and then some next week as well too. Since it seems that people might not want free stuff this evening. So.
Dumb.
You know? When you say free stuff, people usually come running, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how many freebies end up showing up. Oh, Mario Golf comes out tomorrow for the 3DS.
Are you excited?
I am tremendously excited. So all I can think about right now is Smash Brothers still. And that's probably going to be the way it is until it comes out. So with them doing the Smash Brothers Invitational, do you think they'll be prioritizing both versions? Because I know they said they're going to be playing both. How close do you think the 3DS version is to completion? I think we've sort of guessed that it's probably going to show up at the end of summer.
I think the 3DS version is done, and they've said that this is going to be the Wii U version that they're going to do the Invitational on.
Oh, really? Okay. So they might actually give away a free copy of, like, 3DS version at the show or something.
Yeah.
Winners or something like that. Well, shoot, that sounds good. That sounds very good. I'm excited to play as Little Mac.
Who isn't?
Bald Bull.
I don't know. I think he secretly always wanted to be on the other side of that bull rush.
That's a good point. Did I tell you I'm going as Little Mac to Ace?
You did not tell me that.
I have my boots and shorts ordered. Now I just got to get my boxing gloves and then go work out a bunch. Then we'll be good. Then I can punch somebody. I'm excited. I'm going to have to shave my goatee. It's going to look bad. And I can't wear glasses, which is going to be awful. So maybe I should get LASIK done really soon.
Yeah.
Ugh. Can't do that. Unfortunately, I actually don't have time. We got so much stuff going on. I can't afford to be gone for like a week or two. So, what are you currently playing?
Me?
Yeah.
I have not. I mean, my woes have been well documented. I have not had a lot of time this last month for video games, sadly. But today, I did. And so I went back and continued some of my work on Dragon Warrior 3.
Oh, yes, that's what you're playing.
I would also like to... I just downloaded Dust for the Xbox. I already had it for the PC, but it's free for the Xbox right now.
Oh, sweet.
So I might get a little bit of that in. And I did get to play a small, eensy amount of Pilot Wings Resort, but now I have to send my 3DS in for repairs, so...
Oh, for the B button?
Yeah, and it's kind of crappy because they're not doing online repair orders right now because they're updating their systems.
Oh, that's right.
So I had to call them, and they still couldn't do it because they're updating their systems.
Oh.
Kind of silly.
That's interesting.
But, I should have it sent out sometime in like the next 2 weeks, and then I expect them to just open it up, get the sand out, send it back to me, because I'm pretty sure that's all the problem is.
Okay.
And I don't want to void any kind of warranty by trying to take mine apart, even though I have all the tools.
Yeah. I'd be nervous about taking apart a 3DS. Because taking apart DSs in general is kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Those screws, I don't...
Like to anybody. They're pretty bad. Oh yeah, I wanted to get some of your thoughts on NES Remix, Volume 2.
I enjoyed it a lot. I think my only real complaint is that I really wish that they would kind of play with the opportunity a little bit more instead of just making like, oh, here's a challenge for this game. Like, I want Zelda to attack the eggplant wizard.
Yeah, you know, they in the remix and bonus stages they do a lot of that kind of stuff, and it seems like that would actually be a much bigger appeal. Because the main game, you know, it's literally sort of like do something that you can normally do in the game, but just here's a time limit kind of thing to it. It's not that ridiculous, you know. Collect 10 coins or kill 5 Goombas or whatever within the time limit. But it's the straight game engine, and so the remixes do offer that. But yeah, like I kind of wish there was a lot more of the remix type material, because that's, I mean, you know, I've played a handful of games where I've been, you know, Toad having to, you know, pick things up in a game that's not Mario 2, and I think I had to like kill eggplant wizards with bricks or something like that, you know, like fun things along those lines. One of my favorites was you play as Princess Peach from Mario 2 fighting Bowser from Mario 3.
Yeah.
And when you beat him, you walk in the door, and the Mario 3 princess is there. She goes, "Thank you, but you are in another castle." I thought that was really funny. So, you know, small stuff like that where they can alter things. Or I had to fight Glass Joe, where he could kill you in 2 punches. If he hit you once, you would get down to 0 health, and the screen would get all wavy and wobbly. And then if he hit you again, like that was it, game over. And he's not super hard to get, you know, to dodge or anything, but there's like a certain criteria, which is like beat him with, like certain punches or something like that. And so when you're 16, you almost die.
Huh.
So, but they do a couple of fun challenges, which is like, get the start of on Kaiser, then knock him out or whatever. So like you have to, if you want to do it fast, you have to know the exact moment in which you can get a star from him that you might not be aware of, and then use a star immediately. Or one where you fight Don Flamenco, and while you can, attack him normally, they just say, beat these 3 boxers as fast as you can. He has like 6 punches before he gets KO'd, and you can just, attack him, he counterattacks, and then you counterattack that left, right, left, right, left, right, and he falls. Or if you're fast enough, you can just slam on the Y button and use your uppercut immediately at the beginning of the match and hit him like instantly and knock him down right then and there, saving you at least 5 seconds for your speed run.
Huh.
So, but they don't tell you that you have a star. You just have to sort of notice, which is kind of cool because
Yeah.
they're just sort of giving you things where Bald Bull does his bull charge and then you got to knock out King Hippo or whatever, and it's. I love the idea. I really do, and I wish they would do more of the goofy stuff because that's really like the meat and potatoes of it.
Yeah. I want more Wario's Woods related content.
No. Wario's Woods DLC pack.
Yeah.
You do that.
Because I think Nintendo knows that everyone wants that. The market's there.
For Wario's Woods or more NES Remix stuff?
Wario's Woods.
That's right. The only person I know besides you who loved Wario's Woods was my friend's mom. You guys could download it. You have online battles.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
I'd be interested.
Mm-hmm.
Battling a mom.
Battling, yeah, mombattles.com. You could set up a tournament.
Yeah.
Did you see the Nintendo Direct on Mario Kart 8?
I did not.
Damn, dude. They're doing a lot of non-Nintendo things, which is cool. Like they're setting up a lot of really great online stuff. They're enabling voice chat, which it might only be in the lobbies, not during gameplay. So you always patch in later if there's enough requests or they decide they want to. But they didn't clarify. We just know you can use voice chat in lobbies. You can upload clips of your game replays to YouTube, where you'll link your account. And I wonder if they're going to do something similar with Smash Brothers. Because if they're going this route, I almost might think that Smash Brothers might be delayed so they can get like a really good incorporation of whatever time limit they're allowed to do.
I'm gonna say not, and here's why. This is really from a fighting game perspective.
Okay.
Because that's what Smash is now. That's what I think is the most exciting thing about this E3 announcement and everything that they've kind of been doing is that you can see the Tekken team's influence on the development of this game.
Mm-hmm.
It has fighting game features. They're sponsoring an actual tournament. Like that's
true.
That's a big thing. But when it comes to that kind of feature, as far as uploading clips to YouTube, really there's only been one company that allowed you to do that, and that's Iron Galaxy, which is of course an American company. And then Ultra Street Fighter 4 is going to have that as well. So Capcom is finally getting on that boat. But Namco, not so much. They don't do a lot of online replay uploading. And so I think what you're going to see with Smash 4 is the fighting game feature set that people have wanted is going to reflect the kind of stuff that Namco already offers.
Okay.
So I don't think, I mean, if you want to look at it that way, uploading replays, probably not. Tag mode? Maybe?
So you don't think the Wii U version will incorporate that since they're pushing it with Mario Kart?
I don't think so. I think at this point, it's certainly possible. But I don't know.
I certainly didn't expect Mario Kart to even remotely have something like that. I thought maybe, like you could save replay clips to like an online Nintendo cloud and then download them from like your buddy's profile. But the YouTube announcement did surprise me a lot.
How exciting is it really going to be, though, to go on YouTube and watch a Mario Kart race?
Well, if it's like a tournament race, I think it would be kind of neat. Like you could like make like highlight reels and stuff like that. Chances are it's something that I won't use a whole lot, but I like that it's there. More than anything, I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
I think Smash Brothers is way better suited towards it because it's fun to watch good players, do things. It's fun to watch, like really high quality tournament matches directly from a console with, optimal streaming conditions. So I don't think Mario Kart's as suited towards it, but it's a neat idea. You know, I'm way more into Ghost because you're actually doing something, and that is going to have a good implementation. But I was definitely just sort of taken back by the announcement because I didn't expect it at all.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say. Nintendo's weird. They're doing lots of weird things right now. They're being very uncharacteristic, which I like. They're doing a lot of stuff that it makes sense for them to do, but they haven't done previously.
Yeah.
So I hope they continue this trend of just, you know, sort of going nuts with their power. But we'll see. It feels like I'm going to ask you something.
Well, you want to, you're allowed.
I will never ask you anything ever again. It's been way too long since I've given something away. So,
Okay.
If you've won something, from this point you are exempt. Sorry, Trent. It's just, you gotta keep it fair for everybody. So, I feel like giving away, a Zoo Tycoon hat and an Xbox One lanyard. Oh, they're way over here. Alright. So, you could win this hat, which girlfriends love, and you could win this lanyard, which boyfriends love. So if you have a girlfriend, you can give her the hat. If you're her boyfriend, you can use the lanyard. That's how it works.
Yep.
I'm going to break it before I give it away. I'm not going to mess with it. I don't want to actually break it. So, let me see. I'm going to have to double check this fact before I put this trivia out there. But with the opportunity, let's see. Let's see. Okay, yeah, sweet. All right. So, here's the question. What is the name of the gentleman whose franchise was used in a LucasArts game and now has gone on to work for Pixar?
Buzz Lightyear?
Buzz Lightyear now works at Pixar. He used to work for DC Comics, and they made a point and click Flash game. That would be so boring. Flash just walks gallantly to his water fountain or whatever.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a game made through Flash. Like
Oh, gotcha. No, a Flash game made in Flash. That'd be good.
So the question is, this person used to work at LucasArts.
He didn't work at LucasArts. One of his franchises was used in a LucasArts game, and now he works for Pixar.
I see.
Mm-hmm. But he's done a bunch of other stuff. I mean, with this franchise outside of LucasArts. So.
I think our viewers are playing it smart because the longer they take to answer this question, the warmer that hat gets.
That's true. I will have it fully heated to a permanent 100 degrees in 10 minutes. So.
No salmonella in that hat.
Nope. No, this thing is protected, man. Protected by the law. The head law. Dynamite Heady. So who would win, Chuck Rock or Joe and
Dynamite
Mac?
Ducks. Joe and Mac.
Yeah.
They have cooler hair and they don't look stupid, and their game doesn't suck.
So do you think that two crude dudes are descendants of Joe and Mac?
No, that's. I mean, yes. by probably correct, but I don't want to think of it that way.
The original two crude dudes.
Yeah. Man, I want to play Joe and Mac now.
I know, those games are good.
A lot.
You should play Joe and Mac on the NES where it's only one player, and you can't play as Mac.
Joe and Mac 2 is pretty good, too.
Yeah, it is, actually. It's kind of hard to come by like that game. If you could choose any one Data East game to get a proper revival, say like it's a revival that was genuinely really good.
Battle Chess. Battle Chess.
Battle Chess on the Fox engine.
Yeah. And it's real time.
Let's see. The nasty twins is what Chris Kilcree says. Trent looks like he knows the answer. Can you answer if nobody else does and just be awesome for answering instead of getting a prize? If nobody else does within the allotted time, then sure.
He doesn't have a lanyard. He could win the lanyard.
That's true. I feel bad if all the prizes go specifically to him, though, because I know we have like a wide variety of folks, and I do want to give some stuff out at the store if people don't win it here. Now I have 2 lanyards left, so I was doing other giveaways. We'll see. We'll see. We'll give it 5 minutes. We have 3 people watching: Trent, Chris, and possibly still Joel. And Joel, if you know, you get the chance to win some stuff. But who knows? Who knows? All right, Michael. Here's what I've decided. As I'm playing through the Phoenix Wright game on the 3DS, what I've noticed I love so much about that game, because I mean, if the game is like 90% text, you know, that you're just going through, I love the text noise, and like whenever you confirm something, I love the sounds in that game, like when you discover something, or when the text is scrolling, or when you get into a new area and like the typewriter sound comes up and it makes...
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
really, it's Phoenix Wright is such a hard game to sell people on.
Yeah.
I think if you get someone who actually gives it a chance, like there's just something about the presentation that's enrapturing. Like you get involved in this text adventure, and your heart will race sometimes.
Yeah. I had to convince my buddy Pete that this game wasn't any good, and I lent it to him, and he was like, "Come on, John, you know you like the stupidest shit." And so I lent him the game, and he was a believer. Then he borrowed every other one past that because he was like, "Why are these so good?" And I was like, "That's just how they are, man. You gotta put the trust in Shu Takumi."
Yeah.
Good man. And I'm really excited to see the next one. The pseudo-ancient Japan.
Yeah.
The
They
late
Ape Attorney.
Ape Attorney?
Yeah.
I wish. Zoo cases?
Mm-hmm.
Zoo Tycoon? That's what? See, that's exactly what we're doing.
So we got to see Zoo Tycoon in action.
All right.
That game did not look like anything I thought it would look like.
Yeah, I was still thinking like isometric sprites.
Yeah. Which I guess it's, you know, it makes sense that it's not that.
Right. But it was interesting to see that it looked like a 3D, you know, over-the-shoulder adventure where you can drive lion-shaped jeeps around and smash into walls.
Yeah. They should add ragdolling to that game.
Just accidentally flip yourself into the hyena pit.
What if they made a game where it's like downtown Tokyo, right? Just like a crazy crowd of people, okay? And you have like a number of propulsion systems for your character, and your goal is to launch yourself into the crowd and hit a ragdoll button. And while you're ragdolling, every person that you hit while you're ragdolled ragdolls as well. It's like an infestation of ragdoll.
Like dominoes.
Yeah. Try and get as many people to ragdoll as possible.
You smack into somebody and like he flies with his arms out and tags a chick, and then she falls over and knocks over a baby, and then the baby smashes into some lady's feet, and then she falls over and hits a guy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I would love that. That's like a derivative of Burnout, like crash mode.
Yeah.
Like you just run through like a school parking lot or whatever and try to crash into as many kids as possible with just your body. I would play that so much. Anything that prioritizes ragdoll is my favorite game. That's all I ever want. That's all I ever want. So we still haven't had an answer to this question for somebody to win some free stuff. What is the name of the gentleman who licensed one of his franchise at LucasArts? He's done comics and a cartoon, and he now works at Pixar.
Oh, I know what it is now.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, knowing that he does comics and a cartoon also probably help.
Yeah, I was like, ooh. And it's really weird because if I tell you, like, my brain went, Frank Miller, no, guy.
Perfect. That's the two options.
Yeah.
What if they had a Sin City cartoon?
I think it would be like Cops, the cartoon.
Didn't the cops have like super backpacks or like power armor?
Yeah, they were robots.
Okay, that's
The tagline for the show was "Fighting Crime in a Future Time."
okay. So cops, normal cops, just like find people in a car like doing drugs out of a seatbelt holder, and then in the show it's just like RoboCop, except for not RoboCop.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, I think. I'm proud of that technology. Liquid ink. Okay, well, if nobody answers, I'll probably just let you answer. I know Trent wants to, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you answer, Michael, right on.
Who is Steve Purcell?
That's the one and only, responsible for Sam and Max all over the place. They've had a pretty decent run. I mean, for a while, from comics, cartoon, the computer game, and then console games that came out until like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Too shabby. Or like a new Sam and Max game on the moon. Michael, you're breaking up with me again. I said the wrong things and now you're mad.
Yeah, I know.
Are you eating a banana? I can't see.
Me? No.
What is that? Oh. It looked like you were peeling something in front of your shirt, so I thought it was just a banana because it looked yellow.
No, it's the protective film on the top of a Pringles can.
Oh, good. To keep the olestro in.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, there was something else big video game related that I was kind of impressed with this week.
No One Lives Forever may have some new games coming out.
Oh yeah, that was interesting. Something I would not expect. I wasn't sure if that game ever really did that well. Apparently, did well enough for people to make another one. Which I suppose is pretty cool.
Burp Town.
Burp.
It's a sequel to Cougar Town.
Hello. You know what's stupid?
My computer?
My computer.
Our computers.
Our computers are stupid. Yeah, it's been a pain in the ass. I don't know why my connectivity is weird. I've reset everything tonight as well too. Just my little dongle is being kind of a pain in the The beehole.
What's up with beeholes?
Like, on people or people that are described as beeholes?
Yeah, either one.
There is nothing bad to say about beeholes.
I don't think they're very well designed.
They look like shriveled donuts.
Here's my problem with them: is it's like if you don't clean them, they get itchy, right?
Yeah, they do.
But they're really hard to clean, comparatively speaking to most body parts.
That's true, because if you clean them improperly, you get poo-poo on your finger
Yeah.
or your wrist. Like if you put it down too far.
Like right here?
I'm thinking like the bone, like right up here.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that protrudes enough from my hand. It slides against it all the time. Oh God, I gotta poop.
You can poop right now.
Who says I'm not?
The
That's
man
what's cool about the internet is I can CG it out.
or in.
That's where I can CG poop it, and I can convince you that I'm doing it when I'm not doing anything. But you think I am.
Can you see me? Am I moving my hands around?
Yes.
That's weird.
You can't say anything?
Yeah, my computer sucks. That's what's happening.
Your computer is a jerk. And Joel is on. He's the gentleman who put together the clip with Media Glitch. Well, he is Media Glitch, basically. And he put that thing together with me at the store. He had a chance to watch that.
What up, Joel?
Joe Woo! So, yeah, tonight we're just hanging out, giving away some free stuff, having a good time.
Tell your friends or don't.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to tell your friends. That's true. Because then they can't get it, and you have a better chance. Cool. So, let me see what else we got to give away. I'm going to give away a Zoo Tycoon cup. Not the kind of cup that you wear like an athletic cup, though you could use it as that if you're fortunate enough. We cannot see you, Joel. No, we do not have. We can only see your questions. Yeah, the way it's set up is all the people ask questions, and we'd be flooded with tons of videos. So, but I'm giving away a cup, Zoo Tycoon cup.
Okay. How you gonna give that away?
How am I gonna give this away? Well, the first person who can tell me I want to make it Bubsy related. Bubsy uses the phrase more like a bridge too short at the beginning of which level? The title of the level in Bubsy.
I heard that clip so many times.
Yeah, because you die in that level a lot. More like a bridge too short.
Ugh.
That was Rob Paulson.
Yeah. Sometimes he's not great.
Sometimes he sins. He commits a sin.
The pawn shop in Crucis has a copy of Bubsy that I'm thinking about buying. Because I don't have Bubsy.
Oh. Well, the first Bubsy is not the worst.
It's the least Bubsy.
It is, yeah, that's definitely that's a good way to put it. So we can totally see Joel's information questions. Okay. So, Bubsy says, more like a bridge too short in reference to a title. To which title in a Bubsy level? I think it's like World 1, 2.
I think so.
Ugh. What is the name of the level in which Bubsy says more like a bridge too short for your chance to win a Zoo Tycoon Cup? Free cup.
So, Ninja Turtles Season 3 has started.
I need to watch that.
First episode was not super great, but it wasn't bad. It was kind of just like a fun episode.
Yeah, it's hard for me to imagine like an episode of that just being like, oh, what a turd, because none of them have been turds yet, you know.
Yeah.
Or more interesting, but none of them have just been like, oh, I wish I could watch that.
I would, if in the anime parlance, it was a filler episode.
Okay, that's
Like,
fair.
it has like no bearing whatsoever with like any kind of conflict. It just happened.
That's fair. That's fair.
There are some pretty cool Vidya references in it, though.
Oh, good. Shoot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to start checking them all out. How many are they on for the season so far?
Season 3 is only one episode in.
Okay. So season 2's been going for a little bit, because I stopped somewhere in the middle of season 2.
Yeah, you saw the Slash episode.
Yes, that's
That
pretty
was about, I think, like 3 or 4 episodes before the end of season 2.
okay. So I might have a couple more left. Okay. I'll check it out. I'm excited. I'm super excited. To win this mug. It's not even a mug. Just a cup.
It's a travel mug.
It's a travel mug because it has like a little sippy thing right here on the top. Bubsy says, more like a bridge too short, in reference to the title of this level. And you can answer it like a Jeopardy question, where you say, what is, and then the name of the level. Anybody? Besides Trent?
I don't think Trent has this one.
Okay, good. Well, I mean, that's fine, but who's a Bubsy fan? That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Anybody? No? I think I'm going to have to drink from this all by myself.
I'm gonna guess Death Egg Zone.
Death Egg Zone. That's what he says when the Death Egg pulls up at his house. Just hovers right above his little planet. Shoots a super ray right into his mouth. No idea. It's a tough question. If you didn't play Bubsy, of course I would expect you to know this. Even if you did play Bubsy, that means you played past the first level, which I also did not expect.
Well, if you want, I have a question that I think people can answer. It's a question of speed, really.
Okay.
More than skill.
Okay.
So if you want to give out the answer, and then
we'll change it up. We'll change questions.
Yeah.
Okay. So Bubsy says, more like a bridge too short on the level called a bridge too fur.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Bubsy is like written by a dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dad jokes.
Ugh. Bah.
All mine, the poo-poo tycoon mug, Chris called this. Cool. So yeah, ask another question, and we'll get that instead.
So guys, you're gonna need to pay attention, and you may need pencil and paper. So I'm gonna give you a minute to get. You're gonna have to pay attention. You're gonna need pencil and paper. Because the first person who gets this right gets the cup, and it's something that you don't. You know, if you can do it in your head, you need a hobby, but.
I'm gonna heighten the stakes
with Google.
If you're gonna make this difficult, I'm gonna heighten the stakes. People not only win a Zoo Tycoon mug cup, they win a Rise Son of Rome art book.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
It's not gonna be that hard. It's not difficult. It's just something that you can't.
Well, this makes the race that much more hectic.
Oh my God. Okay.
We've got 2 more of the books after this to give away, so we'll see what happens.
Get that pen, get that paper, because I think they said there's only 250 of these art books made.
Yeah, these are limited edition, and I've got 3 of them, so I'm gonna spit in this one if you don't get it right.
I was gonna tell you something while everyone's getting their pencil and paper, and now I can't remember what it is.
It was about what angle at which to spit into this book.
We're talking about Bubsy.
200 of these. This is book 106 out of 200. 106 out of 200. While we discuss PUBG. Okay, so let me erase all these answers so I can we can get everybody prepared for this. Okay. All right, so everybody pay attention to get a chance to win this Rise book, limited edition number 106 out of 200, as well as a Zoo Tycoon Cup.
Okay. You guys ready? Here's the question. This is a Poke math problem.
Ooh.
So we're going to be dealing with national Pokedex numbers only. And you will need to solve the problem, and your answer should be in the form of a Pokemon. So here is the Poke math problem. Snorlax plus Nosepass plus Pangoro minus Whismur minus Chimchar plus Articuno. I'm going to give that to you one more time. Snorlax plus Nosepass plus Pangoro minus Whismur minus Chimchar plus Articuno.
That's funny.
If you can solve that, you win the Zoo Tycoon Cup and the Rise Son of Rome art book. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. I got a new game coming to me in the mail that's a really bad idea, and I didn't know existed.
What's that?
Rayman Rush for the PS1.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, let's take Sonic R, because that was a good idea, and replace it with everyone's favorite Rayman characters.
Well, you have, Joel says he knows nothing about this. You don't have to know anything about Pokemon to do this.
It's literally just a math problem.
It's just a math problem. Like, you would say Snorlax is number, like, 140 or whatever, plus the number of the Nosepass, whatever his Pokedex number is, plus the number of Pangoro, and then you subtract the number of Chimchar and the number of Whismur, and then add Articuno. And then then you have a number for that. And then when you have the number, that's all we need.
You just see what Pokemon that number is, and that's your answer.
Pokemon math problems are sweet.
Yeah.
Now I want to substitute everything. Of course, you can only do so within like 700 digits or whatever. But like, and I guess it's kind of gross. But like, what would Mewtwo divided by Diglett be?
I think you could just start like doing this in your store. Like if someone's bill came out to like 110.48 or something, you could be like, that'll be Magmar and Nidoqueen, please.
I like that way better. I'm gonna start speaking only in because people aren't gonna spend more than $800 in the store, so I'm usually pretty safe. And if they do, that's awesome. So yeah, free stuff, and all you have to do is you have to research these 6 numbers and then solve the math problem. You don't even need to know anything about Pokemon. Nothing. And yeah, math is a very diarrhea-inducing activity, but
this is for a limited edition art book. You'll be one of 200 people who owns one. Like you can suffer through some diarrhea.
Sure.
And then if you really don't like the book, you can wipe your butt with it.
True. You can, and Major Nelson will, he'll burst an aorta. One of his 20 aortas. And you'll be responsible. If you want. If you want. Anybody gonna win this? Anybody?
If not, I think we should just give it to Goodwill.
I'll take this to Goodwill. Throw it on their lawn.
Okay, Joe, I'll give you the question one more time. Snorlax plus Nosepass plus Pangoro minus Whismer minus Chimchar plus Articuno equals.
Makes math way more interesting.
It'd be a lot harder too if you just had pictures of them and you had to like know.
Yeah.
Because I don't. I'm not.
I know.
I think I've heard of all of these Pokemon,
Right.
except for the what would you call it? The solution, the answer question. I didn't know.
You don't know him?
Yeah, not familiar with that one.
Hmm. I haven't done the problem, so I don't know. Okay. Let me see if I can actually write this in there as well, too. Say something. I'll put it as a question or an answer or whatever. Okay, so we have Snorlax
Yep.
plus Pangoro
Yeah.
plus
Nose pass.
Nosepass, that's right, minus Chimchar
Yep.
minus
Whismer.
plus Articuno.
So here's what I'm thinking. If no one answers this by the next 5 minutes, we're just going to put it up on the Gamers Anonymous Facebook page with no explanation. And the first person to get it right in the comments wins the prize.
Yep. That's exactly what happened. I submitted it to us. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Took a little bit for it to come in. I'll get it ready for the... Anyone home? Hello. Hi, Aaron. Aaron's watching.
Home Alone.
Home Alone. We're watching Home Alone online.
The MMO.
Bethesda's new game. So why do they call it ET instead of ET, rhyming with sweat?
Because they're initials.
Well, what if his real name is Etmund?
So we have a correct answer from.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Duosian is the correct answer for the Pokemath problem.
gotcha. Well, he's technically exempt from winning any prizes because he's won a bunch of stuff already, and I can't, like, I have to, like, spread the wealth.
Yeah.
He already won, like, 3 things. So, well, then never mind. I'm going to erase the question from the Gamers Anonymous page.
We can do a different one after the show.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do something else.
So you guys that are watching, you got the hot tip. After the show, there's going to be a Pokemath problem on the Gamers Anonymous Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Solve it, you win a prize.
That's right.
I have another question that's super difficult.
Okay, do a super difficult question.
Okay. In the Superman arcade game,
Ooh.
what does the store in the San Francisco level sell? And there are 2 answers to this question. I'll accept either answer. But it's the second level of the Superman. I believe it's the second. It might not be the second level, but it's the San Francisco level of the Superman arcade game, and there is a store that sells something, and I want to know what it is they sell. And there are 2 answers.
The only thing I remember from that game is that the second Superman has his colors switched. And I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
You could shoot eye beams out of the sky with your eyes. I enjoyed that game a lot. I used to play that a lot as a kid.
It's a pretty good game.
It is. It's fun.
I'm sending you the answer, John, because I know you want to know what the answer is.
What way do you want to know what the answer is? Let's check. Oh my god. Weird.
Right?
The fact that it was that at any point is strange. And you're allowed to look this up. I mean, you don't have to intrinsically know these answers. You can look up any of these things, and whoever looks up the fastest gets it, I guess. So
there are two answers to this question, because there was something that it was originally, and then when the game actually came out, they changed it to something else, and neither one of them really makes sense.
yeah, it's pretty strange. Oh, Taito made this. I guess that makes sense. I like Taito. There's a rice shop.
Was it a rice shop?
Well, there is a rice shop, but he says there's a rice shop, is what Joel says.
Hmm.
It is indeed a rice shop. Look at this. Who wants to win it? Who wants to win some ETs? Limited edition ET art book.
With original pixel concept art.
Yeah, this is actually made from ET's stretched skin. And the logo of his first boyfriend. Right here on the front, Captain Falcon. There's a lot you don't know about ET.
It's complicated.
His very complicated life on ET World. I feel as if ET and Toe Jam and Earl would hang out.
I don't think so. I don't think E.T. likes fresh beats.
Well, he can't dance to him because his feet are too tiny. But I think he appreciates them. Kryptonite keychains? That's a crappy gift. Chicks don't like it. Alright, so Superman arcade game. That's all. This is tricky trivia, man.
Yeah. That should be a game, Tricky Trivia.
Tricky trivia, man. So if this is too hard, I'm going to ask an easy one. Should we just do that?
Well, you know,
I want to make people work for this art book.
I don't. Here's the thing: is I'm watching a video, and there are actually a lot of shops in the San Francisco level,
Okay.
including a rice shop.
Okay.
There is a rice shop.
So he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Not
Well,
the answer I had in mind, but that's just my own fault because I'm not super familiar with the game.
Hey, a winner's a winner, right?
Yeah.
Well, Joel Viley, like 5 minutes ago, said there's a rice shop, and he's right. So congratulations, Joel. The next time I see you, I will hand deliver your Rise art book and your Zoo Tycoon cup. Congratulations.
Good job.
Yeah.
The answer I was looking for was cold meat.
Cold meat. Cold meat stores. And then Chris said rice shop a little bit after that as well, too.
And he also said bamboo, and there is, oddly enough, a bamboo store.
Weird.
Well.
Metropolis is dumb.
Well, no, that's in San Francisco.
Oh, right. San Francisco is dumb. Cold meat. Let's go to the cold meat store, honey.
Yeah, and what I showed John is that in the prototype of the game, it was not a cold meat store. It was a cold blood store.
Cold blood. Cold blood. The Hong Kong tea shop.
Hong Kong tea shop is in that level as well. Yeah.
A lot of shops there.
Yeah, I didn't expect there to be so many shops, but that was kind of ignorant of me.
I guess that's what happens in San Francisco. There's shops everywhere.
Chris says he said cold meat. I didn't see Did you see a cold meat?
He said it afterwards. Joel had answered Rice Shop before anybody, and then a couple answers came. Like actually, a bunch of accurate answers came in later. But the first answer that I saw was the Rice Shop.
Which is still a weird shop, a rice shop.
Yeah.
But props to Chris. Bonus points to Chris Kilcrease.
I'll still give Chris something because I have other stuff.
He knew that cold meat is where it's at.
It is. That's exactly where it's at.
Starring Beck.
Melty blood. All right. So, you know what? I'm gonna check something real quick because I actually might have something else to give away from the other room that I have to grab that I don't think I have in here. I'll be right back.
Okay. How can I win the ETs? You don't need to win them. They're not worth anything. If you need to win ET, you also need to make some very harsh decisions about your life choices. For less than the cost of a cup of coffee, you can have your own copy of ET. And you could support children in far-off lands like Hoboken, New Jersey.
Actually, I'm gonna move them in here.
Way to go.
And I have no idea where I'm gonna move them. So, I hope I can find them because it's a receipt with a bunch of codes on it. Well, I don't know where it is. It's around here somewhere. It's one of two rooms. I know that because I didn't throw it away or anything. I just don't know which room it's in, so I guess never mind. So you know what's always weird to me?
What?
Whenever I find merchandise for a video game that I had no idea existed, like not the video game, but the merchandise, like when it slips under my radar, like I was at a Toys R Us like a week ago grabbing some stuff, and suddenly I see World of Nintendo like micro characters, Microland, and I was like, what? I just had no idea these things even existed. So they had Mario, Luigi, and a Goomba. And then they have like a playset as well too.
Weird.
And like there's like 4 of these things, and you can like link them together. And so I bought them all because I'm a sucker. But I had just never heard of this at all. This Goomba looks like it has big lips, but it's actually his mouth open. That's kind of gross, huh?
You know what's weird to me?
Mm.
Service merchandise. Remember that store?
I do, vaguely. I remember the name. My mom used to go there all the time. Service merchandise.
They had a catalog. I remember that. But it's just like a weird name for a store. It's like
It's a terrible name.
it's like we have stuff and we have people who can help you get it.
Yeah.
Service merchandise.
Service merchandise. We should go there. Oh, I want to find this crap now. Nah. Find it later. Finger Hut.
Yeah, I don't like that name. Chess King.
No. I don't like it.
They sell clothes.
Chess King sells clothes?
Yeah.
The Chess King. Aaron's asking if we can have the ETs, no, the Mega Man in the background. The Mega Man, unfortunately, are not for giveaway. There's a lot of Mega Man stuff up there, though. There's other Mega Man stuff right next to my computer, such as a Mega Man and a Bomb Man, and then Mega Man and Mega Man X, and some King Hippo boxers with Olimar. And then Joshua on the Game Boy. And a uterus made out of yarn.
All right, I have a question, John.
Sure.
If you could take all the 8-bit Mega Men
Yeah.
and turn one level from each into a single Mega Man game. So 1 through 6, 9, and 10. The stages, the weapons, it's all the same.
So I have to take one level, and that becomes the whole game?
No, it's one Mega Man game that has a Mega Man 1 boss, a Mega Man 2 boss, a Mega Man...
Oh, like the ultimate Mega Man compendium.
Yeah, greatest hits.
Okay. For Mega Man 1, Cutman is my favorite boss, but I want to say that I'm going to go ahead and do Bomb Man for Mega Man 1. I really like his level. For Mega Man 2, I'm going to choose Airman. Airman is rapidly becoming one of my favorite Mega Man characters. Every time I look at him, I feel like energized. I feel juiced. Bomb Man, not Bong Man. Let's see. So Airman, Mega Man 3. Ooh, I like Gemini Man a lot. Magnum. No, I do like Magnum Man a lot. I like his level. We're gonna go with Snake Man for Mega Man 3.
Okay.
Pharaoh Man for Mega Man 4, just because I love Pharaoh Man. Mega Man 5, probably Gravity Man. Mega Man 6, I'm really not that acquainted with, so we're gonna say Centaur Man. Mega Man 7, Junk Man.
No, not Mega Man 7, only the 8-bit ones.
Okay, so Mega 1 through 6. 9, Concrete Man. And Mega Man 10. Sheep Man.
Okay. Those are good choices, but now I have an extra bonus challenge for you.
Oh, I like bonus challenges. Okay.
What's the order that you have to beat those levels?
Okay. Let's see. Snake Man first. Then Sheep Man, because snakes kill sheep.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's the common cause of death amongst sheep. Let's see. Sheep Man kills Bomb Man because he sets him off electronically. Bomb Man kills Centaur Man because centaurs are afraid of bombs.
Right?
Centaur Man kills Airman because when you're in the air, you can't defend yourself against a centaur. They'll gore you from the ground because they're tall. Okay.
Okay.
Airman would take care of Pharaoh Man because pharaohs are not allowed to breathe. So Pharaoh Man kills Gravity Man because pharaohs are anti-gravity.
They can't breathe because they're in space all the time.
Exactly. They're too caught up in outer space.
And then Gravity Man beats Concrete Man?
Gravity Man beats Concrete Man because the Gravity Man turns on the gravity and the concrete flies into the sky, and Concrete Man can just do nothing. But then once you get the concrete brick, the C shot, what it's called,
then you can crush a snake.
you can crush the snake under the concrete, right? That's it. That's 8 ways. 8 ways of heaven.
That's good.
That's what it would be called. Mega Man Deluxe, 8 Ways of Heaven. Pharaohs aren't allowed to breathe, yeah. When was the last time you saw a pharaoh take a breath? If they do breathe, it's toxic. It kills Brendan Fraser and friends and pals, Oliver and friends.
Garfield and Friends.
Who'd win, Oliver and Company or Garfield and Friends?
Garfield and Friends. There was something kind of sinister going on in Garfield and Friends, I think.
So does this include U.S. Acres?
And yeah, it has to.
Okay, I was gonna say because the Garfields have a lot of pure like influence besides like Arlene and John's stupid family. I guess Odie.
Normal.
Normal, that's right, normal. I'm cute. Okay. So, like, you think Wade the Duck is hiding something?
Well, yeah, because, dude, Wade is the creepiest one because he has the inner tube whose face mirrors his own face.
Do you think it's like part of his body? It just looks like an inner tube.
No, I think it's like a cursed relic.
The Pharaoh got him.
Yeah. Like maybe he had a twin and he turned his twin into an inner tube.
He cursed his brother. You have to wear your brother for eternity.
And you have to both feel the same thing all the time. Like his brother was really brave. That's why he was exploring in the pyramids. He got the Pharaoh's curse, and now he has to be afraid like Wade.
So Wade was a coward, yeah. But Wade is susceptible to hurting himself, so he's always hurting his brother as well too. His brother feels all of his pain but can do nothing except react.
Yep.
That makes sense. That's rough, man.
It's hard living in U.S. Acres.
It is. Whereas Oliver and company, they just want to steal food and jump on top of cars.
See, this is what I'm talking about, though. U.S. Acres it's dark, like because there's Sheldon and Booker.
Yeah.
Like, there's just this unborn like chicken just hanging out all the time.
That's true. Like he's still just in the womb, basically walking around.
Yeah, talking to his friends.
Oh, that's true. Chris brings up the Cadillac Cats, Heathcliff. And there's Riff Raff and Mongo.
See, they're really incompetent. But Top Cat's gang could beat them all.
That's true.
Although, for some reason, Heathcliff had a hot air balloon. Or Riff Raff had a hot air balloon.
Riff Raff had skates on, right?
He's the worst.
He's really bad. He makes you think of like Richie Valens' brother in La Bamba, the movie. I know they're not like alike at all, but it makes me think of him. It's a weird association that I have.
I learned the lyrics to La Bamba last weekend thanks to you.
That's right, we sang it. Yo no soy marinero.
Which I thought was Yo no soy más dinero.
I am not more money. Which we decided was ultimately the derivative of more money, more problems.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have problems because he's not more money. Soy capitán. He's a captain. That makes sense. So I think they should make La Bamba 2.
Like a movie or like a sequel to the song?
Both. La Bamba Reloaded. Oh, why am I doing this to myself?
Tu Bamba, Tu Furioso.
Bailar, bailar, la bamba. I think Lou Diamond Phillips is perfect.
I disagree. I think I saw him in a post office ad once.
That's perfect.
No.
If you are so perfect that they will cast you no matter what. Everybody wants you for every possible ad.
Then you're Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, he's perfect.
Have you seen the? It's the old Apple commercials with Jeff Goldblum, but they're slowed down by like 25%.
Sounds like he's drunk.
Yeah.
Those are terrific. Very good idea. Just mumbling through everything. La Bamba Tokyo Drift suggests TC.
It's a good suggestion.
I play and watch it. I play the cell phone version. Oh, how much was the Gremlins 2 bust? It was like 180. And I was really hesitant to grab it, but then I was like, I'll never get this again. And I love Gremlins too. And then I can make out with this one. I never checked to see if she had nipples, which is weird that I wouldn't do that. She's not a vagina. That's for certain. Nope, she's blank.
So they're not mammals.
No, Gremlins are not mammals. That's interesting, to evolve to an entirely different species just from eating at a certain time. But that does bring up the question that they actually sort of try to address in the movie, and Peltzer just gets upset because I didn't make the rules, where they ask, what is the cutoff point from when this can eat? Like, when is the after midnight period reset? Like 6 a.m., noon?
Well, here's the other question. What if you have a gremlin and you drive across, like, what if you're right on the time zone line, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you put, like, a donut in its mouth, or it swallows it, you, like, shove it into the Pacific time zone.
They asked that very question in the movie. It says, what if he has, like, a caraway seed in his mouth and he crosses time zones? That's a good question. It is. You have to ask ancient Chinese man.
I don't like asking them.
He could answer, though. He spoke pretty good English.
That's not the point.
Oh.
Ancient Chinese men are bad news. You get gremlins from them, you get monkey's paws from them, you get shaq foos from them.
Oh. Yeah.
You get hoi qualo from them.
You make a good point. I tossed my pen into my tiramisu. We have 9 viewers right now, which means I want to give something away.
Okay, give it away.
We have 8 viewers. I don't want to give it away anymore. If we can get up to 10 viewers, I will give something away. 10 viewers. We need one more person in this room watching, and I will give something away. Joel, if you could do that, that would be terrific. He could get this signed by Joe Dante for me. That would be amazing.
Joe Dante is 2/3 of a Marvel vs. Capcom 3 team.
That's true. Gremlins 3, Flight of the Conchord. I want a new Gremlins.
I want a new Flight of the Conchords.
I want a new Concubine. My old one is used up.
I want a new drug.
I want a new duck.
I want a new DuckTales.
I do too.
If they made DuckTales 2 remastered, do you think people would care?
No.
They'd be like, wait, what?
They'd like it on principle, and then like everybody would play it like, oh. And that's kind of the reaction. Because DuckTales 2 is fine. The music's not nearly as catchy. The mechanics were, of course, pretty much similar, except for like it was kind of weird getting used to how you could like stand next to a rock and then like put your cane in a rock and then pull it. That sort of threw me off a little bit with certain things. There is one song I really liked. It's like an underground like treasure tomb kind of thing, and it had like a weird noise. But the game actually wanted you to like complete slightly more obscure objectives. Like you had to go to level and find something to use in another level to open up something else. And I think the first game kind of did that with like one level in Transylvania, but this one does it a lot more.
DuckTales soundtrack or UN Squadron soundtrack?
They're both good, but I'm going to go with DuckTales. Just because I love the Transylvania song. I know people like the Moon song a lot, and it's really, really good.
Transylvania song is, I think, kind of better.
Yeah.
I think African Minds might be the best song.
Really good. And the version that they have in Remastered is remarkable. That whole soundtrack, Remastered, they did a really great job with. And the new song for Mount Vesuvius. We have 10 viewers. 10 people in this room. If you guys are watching right now that we have 10 people in the room, I'm going to do a giveaway. And I'm going to give away a free copy of Forza 5. This game right here, free. Someone left. That's okay. I already announced it. All right. So if you have an Xbox One, like I said, if you have an Xbox One or not, I don't care. You can win this. And I'm going to make this question. It's going to be a two-parter, and it's going to be fairly easy. Okay. All right.
Who's your daddy?
Who and what does he do? The first question is, in Mega Man 2, most people start with Metal Man, simply because the Metal Blade is pretty much the most efficient weapon in the game. However, what boss can you start with that your Mega Buster will deal more damage with? And is, I think he's supposed to be like the one you're supposed to start with. But on normal mode, you'll deal 2 pellets of damage as opposed to 1, because even Metal Man only takes 1 pellet of damage from a Mega Buster bullet. So, in Mega Man 2, who is the recommended boss to start with? Actually, it might be 2 of them. Neither answer will be fine. And the second question is, this is going to be an easy one. What does Malin in Ocarina of Time have an emblem of? What is her bolo? If you answer both those questions, you win a free copy of Forza 5. I'm not even asking Xbox questions. I'm just asking old trivia questions. Mega Man 2. Who should you start with in Mega Man 2? Who your Mega Buster deals more damage to by default? And what is Malin's bolo the character of?
Hashtag Malin's bolo.
Hashtag.
Skylar asks, Jackal soundtrack or Gunsmoke soundtrack? I say Jackal.
It's been a long time since I've heard either, and I actually don't know if I can come up with a very good answer. I'm going to say Jackal as well. I think we have to have that on a playlist at the store. So the Mega Man 2 boss that takes double damage from her Mega Busters as opposed to everybody else. And what is on Malin's bolo in Ocarina of Time? And you can win a free game. Free game. Who wants a free game?
Shane Kelly has an answer. Chris Kilcrease says that's a trick question.
Oh, yeah? That's true. There are 4 people. And it's interesting because Woodman is fine. It's a fine answer. However, by default, I usually think that starting with Airman is much easier than any of the other 4 that you need weapons for. I mean, I usually start with Metal Man because it doesn't matter. He's really easy, and then you can just kill everything with the Metal Blade. But if I'm going for just a Mega Buster kind of thing, Airman I find to be the easiest to deal with generally. Because I believe Woodman, Airman, Quickman, I believe, and maybe Bubbleman.
I used to start with Flashman because I felt like he put up the least resistance.
He does. He just sort of walks at you, hoping for the best. So Shane Kelly, you win a free copy of Forza 5.
Good job.
So, I can either mail this to you, or you can come by the store and pick it up if you're here in Albuquerque, which I think is the case. I don't know. Make sure I take note of this. All right. If I know who all is getting what. Okay. Sweet. So we have given a bunch of junk away. We still have more.
Mo junk.
Mo junk, mo nuts, mo nuts.
So I have a question for you and for all of our viewers. I kind of want this to be an interactive little segment here.
Let's do it.
Mega Man isn't my forte. Haha, that's fine.
That's the LOL. But still, nice job, even if you had to research it on Google or you knew that one question offhand. That's pretty good.
So NASA has this thing where they send music and stuff into space so that aliens can find it and think about how cool we are, right?
Right. They're like, oh, cool, I love that Creed CD.
So my question is, if you could put one video game song in a space capsule to demonstrate video game music to alien race, what would that song be? And I'm asking everyone in the chat, please tell us what you think. Hashtag alien porn.
Okay. So if I want this to be a video game song, I want it to sound video gamey. Meaning 8 or 16-bit is going to be preferable because a remix is cool, but that doesn't indicate a video game concept nearly as readily, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I might choose an NES game. And Shane, I can take it to either store for you, whichever one you'd like me to deliver it to. I will do either one. Let's go for a song from Mega Man 2. But I'm not going to choose Wily Castle 1.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you for saying that.
Because as much as I like the song, it is kind of overused and overthought of. It's a great song. There's no doubt. It's phenomenal. But I feel as if I might want to choose Airman song. I'm on an Airman kick right now, man.
Airman's song is really good.
Yeah, like I'm really, really into Airman. So I'm gonna go for that. In fact, I might get an Airman tattoo next to fill up some empty space that I have on my arm.
You should get it around your belly button.
Oh, that's true. Or my butthole.
Yeah.
Okay, every time I fart, it's Airman talking. And he ate certain things to make it more or less pleasant. Usually less pleasant, I guess.
In the chat. And you can tell me what you think of these. Joel says the Mario 2 character select screen.
It's not a very long song, but it's a great song.
Yeah, it is a good song. I kind of think the title theme I kind of prefer a little bit more.
It is classic because it's sort of classic Mario redo, but the character select song is very Italian sounding.
Yeah.
It makes me think that I'm in a restaurante, like I'm getting ready to order pasta, but like I have to order it quickly.
Right. Go, go, go.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good choice. That's a good choice.
William Aitken says he would put up the OC remix version of the Cutman Sonata.
That's a great remix.
I don't know if I'm familiar with the remix, but it is a good song.
Really like it. Just a beautiful piano piece. Yeah. It's like it's tranquility. Like if you were dying, you'd probably hear that sound.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, it is. It's very good. Very good song.
TC says Quarters of Time, which is actually my choice as well.
That's a good one.
From Chrono Trigger, if you don't know. Skylar Springer says Goonies are good enough from Goonies 2.
Thank goodness. I love Goonies 2 so much. That's one of my favorite games. You know, it's one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
But I like all the music in that game. There's not a whole lot. There's like maybe 8 songs, but I really like the music in Goonies 2.
Dun 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 dun. And we have Chris Kilcrease says songs from Streets of Rage 2. That way the aliens will have a party and then break out in a fight.
Ooh, yeah, you know, maybe if you want to show somebody like really good gaming music, anything Yuzo Koshiro is probably a pretty good bet. Like the Fillmore song from ActRaiser.
Oh yes.
Really, really good choice as well.
ActRaiser a lot.
Yeah, ActRaiser's really good.
ActRaiser 2 is not so good.
I still liked it a lot, but I also like just sometimes unadulterated action games. I like that he had wings because it made me think of like Super Macho Kid Icarus.
Yeah.
So I liked that. It's hard. That's a really hard game.
Aaron says Airman. I don't know if he's answering the question for the giveaway or if that's the song he would pick. Maybe he's just agreeing with you because he wants to be your friend.
Aaron is my friend, and we like Mega Man together, actually. He comes by the store a lot, and we talk about Mega Man. So, I wouldn't fault that. Joel's also suggesting the Battletoads pause screen, which again is sort of short and sweet. You know, it's like 2 measures, but it's a great, like, it's really catchy. It's a really good little rhythm.
Gremlins 2 Stage 1, another thing that Joel says.
That is a great... Anything Sunsoft, you know, that actually is almost a better bet than Capcom. Sunsoft music was aces. Like, anything from Blaster Master was also really good.
Here's the one that I think people need to pay more attention to.
Okay.
Super Spy Hunter. Fantastic game. Amazing soundtrack. I miss owning that game. Unfortunately, my brother kept it when I moved out, but that game is really great.
Anything Uematsu is suggested by William Beacon?
Trent is Terra from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, or Dancing Mad.
Yeah.
The Decisive Battle.
I prefer, personally, and I mean, this is probably because I'm just sort of not a huge fan of 6. Dancing Mad is a great song.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer Battle on the Big Bridge.
That's a phenomenal song. Every single time I hear a remix of that, like in a Final Fantasy, and you're like, oh, I have to fight Gilgamesh because the song's coming on, I get pumped.
Yeah, I love that Gilgamesh, of all people, has his own theme song.
Yeah. Every bad guy. Yeah, it's hard to go wrong. Or like the Chrono Cross soundtrack.
Yeah.
That's a safe bet. There's just a lot of good music out there. The problem with video game music is we could spend like 20 podcasts discussing just this.
I had a thought, and I think this would be the most. We would get into real arguments if we tried to list the 100 greatest video game songs of all time.
I'm going to try to make a list, and it's going to be met with infinite contention because, you know, there will never be 2 that are alike.
Joel, I'm not talking about Spy Hunter. I'm talking about Super Spy Hunter.
Which has its own...
Not just the Peter Gunn theme. It's got really, really awesome Blaster Master, Journey to Silius style music, Gremlins 2 style music.
Oh. Anything Blaster Master, or like that whole soundtrack gets me too.
There are parts of that. I mean, even like the stage 4, the sewer level, it's really sort of a weird song.
Yeah,
but it works extremely well.
It really does. They nailed that whole game. Control, music, graphics, like different play styles. You know,
Yeah.
extremely well. There's too much good video game. F-Zero, you know, I could.
That would be your list. It's just 1 to 100.
Yeah, it's every F-Zero song, and but I would do like, you know, song 98 would be like Mute City, and then song like 20 would be like Mute City 2.
Yeah.
They're different tracks.
They are.
Yeah.
And I like games that do that a lot. I like Sonic 3. I like Ristar. I just like when you're playing a level and you get through part of it and they're like, okay, what about this?
Yeah. Damn it, I love video game music.
It's great.
It's really great. Even Bubsy's music wasn't awful. Well, Bubsy won. Like, it wasn't great, but it was fine. The first level's kind of catchy.
Yeah.
The rest of the game's not as good. Okay, so if you had to choose a video game that was based off of a cartoon franchise, cartoon first, video game later, what would you cite? Like, would you do Ninja Turtles? Would you do Tiny Toons? Would you do...
Well, I couldn't do Ninja Turtles.
Okay, well, the cartoon preceded the game, even though it was a comic first.
Okay.
And, for instance, every game was pretty much based on the cartoon version anyway.
Yeah.
Go ahead and allow that, as long as that cartoon came out before the game.
What's my criteria here? Is it just what's...
If you had to recommend, like, say an alien says, you know, we've seen your cartoons, now we need a game based on this cartoon. Oh, William brings up the best point ever about Metal Gear, which is, I think it does get pretty good music credibility that I'm aware of, but that's one of my favorite soundtracks of all time.
It's just constant, like, blood.
Just everything, yeah. I mean, you got I can't remember his name suddenly. I was about to say Harry Shearer.
Uh, crap, Gregson Williams?
Harry Gregson Williams, who also did the music for Shrek. Yeah, composed nothing but blood-pumping music. Blood-pumping music. And we'll say cartoon movies count as well, too. We'll do two separate categories. We'll do animated movies and animated series into a game.
That's really tough.
Because I'm trying to think of, like, the thing that prompted me was thinking of Buster Bust Loose.
It's a good game.
I love that game.
DuckTales.
DuckTales is really good. Chip and Dale. Rescue Rangers.
Tailspin. Darkwing Duck.
I never really got into the Tailspin game that much.
I like it.
I played it a little bit, but I wasn't like sucked in the way I was the other ones. What about? We have pretty much the whole Disney afternoon lineup is a pretty safe bet.
It depends. Towards the tail end of it, the Bonkers game is not great.
Oh, that's true.
Marsupilami is not a really good game on the Genesis.
That's a good point. I forgot about this entirely. I feel as if Buster Bust Loose or Buster's Hidden Treasure was really, really good.
I really enjoy the Wacky Sports Challenge, Tiny Toon Wacky Sports Challenge.
I only ever rented it as a kid. I never really played it.
That game is really fun, and it has multi-tap support.
Ooh.
You can play 4-player. It's basically Tiny Toon's Crash and the Boys.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I do like games like that. So let's see. William is saying movies Aladdin and series Pokemon. However, because of the way that Pokemon was a game in Japan and then a series later. I don't know if I would want to count that. I want to say something that's pre-established as like a solid cartoon series before.
Gargoyles.
On the Genesis?
Yeah.
Oh! Adventures of Batman and Robin.
There you go.
Holy smokes.
That's such a good. That's a good Sega CD game. That's how you know that game is good.
They had Mode 7. You drove across a chessboard.
Yeah.
It was just line scaling. I don't know. It was probably some sort of Mode 7 because they were trying to push that every opportunity they got. The line scaling in Batman and Robin on the Genesis, though, was remarkable.
Yeah. Goof Troop. That's a good one.
Ooh, Shinji Mikami.
Yeah.
From Goof Troop to the Evil Within. Portfolio, man. The Aladdin game was really good. Both versions. I really enjoyed both of those.
It's one of the better. I mean, the Disney TV games were, for the most part, home runs.
Yeah.
The movie games were not a lot of the times. I don't think Lion King is very fun. Sorry, Dave Perry, I don't.
He's gonna bite you.
And Jungle Book.
The animation was beautiful. At the very least, Version was great at making these games look good.
Yeah.
Like, to their credit, but yeah, I agree.
Making fun games.
Aladdin was really like the big one that they nailed. And
That was
maybe,
Capcom, though.
well, for the Genesis.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe they got really complacent after that. And they was like, we can do whatever, we're Aladdin team, and then something happened. I think that, huh?
I don't know why people like Earthworm Jim so much. And I say that as someone who likes Earthworm Jim quite a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
But you go to play through any of the games now, they're just kind of more trouble than they're worth.
They are. I have a harder time playing the Earthworm Jim 1 than I do 2. 2 I could do. Just because I think it was a better structure. 1 felt a little clunkier, but it's just a lot of good memories.
Mm-hmm.
But I think 2, they really like souped it up properly.
I bought Earthworm Jim 2 the day it came out.
I also, and the instruction manual is super funny.
Yeah.
William says, Lion King was the Dark Souls of my childhood. Not really fun, but I kept going back to it. There's a lot of games that I've done that with, that are relentlessly played, regardless of whether they're good or not.
Yeah.
I know I cite Jaws often, and there's another one that I played. I'm trying to remember what it was, but I played it a lot, and it wasn't even that great. Now I'm trying to remember it.
Service.
Hmm?
Was it Silent Service?
No. I probably played that game once and was like, never again. Um, shoot. Now I was thinking of something just the other day. I wanted to talk with you about it, and I don't remember what it was, but it's something that I played a lot of for no good reason. Shane Kelly says, this is pushing it, but I like the first Toy Story game for Genesis. You know, and I don't think I played it a lot, but a lot of people come in and remember those games really fondly, and that always makes me happy.
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas. That was a game. Beauty and the Beast they also had.
What?
They also had a Beauty and the Beast game.
Yeah.
Did they ever have a Snow White game?
I think there was one on the Super Nintendo, but it was like a
Unlicensed one, right? That would be
Snow White game.
okay. That's what I was thinking. They also have Pinocchio. They
Yeah.
never had Robin Hood. I feel as if I would have enjoyed a Robin Hood game.
Pitfall on the Genesis. Okay, Pitfall the Mind Adventure is a classic case of why I don't understand like 1993 in video games. Because I was super excited for Pitfall the Mind Adventure. The marketing buzz around that game was huge.
It was pretty big.
And I got it, and I played the heck out of it. But my goal was never to beat that game. The farthest I've ever made it in Pitfall the Mind Adventure is to the level where you get to play the original Pitfall.
Yeah, I think that's where I...
And then I would just play that over and over again. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm bored now.
Then eventually figure out there's a code just to get to that immediately.
Yeah. Best original IP that had only one game, asks William. This is on my mind. It's probably not the best, but man, it's so good. Crystalis.
That's a great game. That is a great game. Until NST did whatever they did with the Game Boy Color remake, redo, where half of it was redone.
There was a Fantasia game.
Fantasia on the Genesis.
That was an early game too, right? That was like 1990.
It was pretty early, and they also had the Castle of Illusion and the World of Illusion. These aren't really based on anything, but they're fun.
And then Sony ImageSoft made Mickey Mania,
Yes.
which was another game that had a lot of buzz around it.
Yeah. Little clunky as well too, but it was very impressive looking. I played it a lot.
And it has one of the weirdest errors I know of in games.
Oh?
If you are playing Mickey Mania and your Genesis magically turns from a US Genesis into a European or Japanese Genesis, it has an error that pops up that says the region code of this console has just changed, and then it resets itself.
Weird. That seems unlikely. I can't imagine the circumstance under which that happens.
TC mentions Plock. Plock is just Fat Rayman. There, I said it.
Block is Fat Rayman with you fight the gigantic Mick Jagger lips. I rented Plock and played it, I think, a pretty good amount. Alright, who would win, Plock or Pugsy? He's fat and he doesn't move fast.
Plock would win.
Yeah. It's a sad day when Plock would beat another character.
Does Jackie Chan Adventures count? I guess Jackie Chan Adventures was a cartoon first.
That's true. That's true. I will say yes. I like Jackie Chan.
Joel also says Faxanadu is a good one IP game, and that's actually not true. Faxanadu is part of a giant series in Japan, but it is an amazing game.
But not here.
Not here, no.
Huh. What's the series in Japan? I'm not aware of this, actually.
I believe it's a part of the Dragon Slayer series.
That's kind of cool. Okay.
So it's actually related to Legacy of the Wizard, if I'm not mistaken.
Weird.
Yeah.
Is Legacy of the Wizard the one where you can play as, like, the dog?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's part of Dragon Slayer, so there's actually a few games that people would recognize in America. There's Sorcerian, which is kind of a weird one, but it's a really good PC side-scrolling RPG game. And then the Legend of Heroes actually is also part of the same.
I was thinking of getting a Sorcerian section.
Yeah, Sorcerian.
Just to
A
remove,
sorcerer removes your baby.
yeah. Or remove a sorcerer from your stomach.
So yeah, the PSP Legend of Heroes RPG trilogy are actually related to Faxanadu.
Huh. Learned something new. I liked Faxanadu a lot.
It's a very, very good game. The music is amazing. The only thing that's really wrong with it is the amount of pink that's used.
Yeah,
Kind of off-putting.
it is. What about Battle of Olympus?
Look, everyone, if you've never played Battle of Olympus, you gotta play Battle of
I did
Olympus.
Ultra Zelda 2.
Yeah, it's all the quality gameplay of Zelda 2 with none of the like, this isn't Zelda,
Yeah, yeah. I like Battle of Olympus a lot. I guess God of War is like the closest thing you're gonna come now. They don't really explore that in like an adventure style way. If you're fighting a Cyclops, you better be ripping its eye out instead of like handing it a fig leaf or whatever. This is pretty good. I'm learning this evening. Um, I'm trying to think of other games that just have like Battle of Olympus is one of them for certain, but a series that could have been a series. This is a really great question. There's a lot of answers, and I'm drawing so many blanks right now.
Yeah. Revolution X.
That's the one. That's on the top of everybody's list.
It was supposed to have a sequel.
Did Aerosmith decline?
It wasn't going to be Aerosmith. It was going to be Public Enemy.
Weird. What happened?
Revolution X cost too much? Because it certainly made a lot of money, but I think the critical reception was just really bad.
Yeah. I think so. That's too bad. I play the game a lot. Hey, speaking of Gremlins 2, I forgot I have a box of Gremlins 2 right here.
That's good.
Yeah. It's good to have around. You never know when somebody's going to walk in and be like, give me your money or a box of Gremlins 2.
Then you're like, here's my money.
Yeah, that's true. This is my box, a-hole. Sweet. Advent Rising, single IP game. What could have been, man.
Yeah.
Been. Well, thank you for joining us, William. That's a lot of fun. It's always fun to have people come in and just start like actively conversing with us. I think it makes the show a lot more exciting. Revolution X2 with Crisscross. It's a good suggestion. I like that there was a Crisscross game. In fact, I like there was a whole like Music Factory series that existed.
Yeah.
I'll direct your own music video. You can invert the color or mirror the image.
Or add a dog.
Add a dog. What a good idea. I'm gonna go hook up the laser disc player downstairs and play. Hold on. Hold on. It's not a music game.
Oh.
And I brought this one out before though. It is Slam City with Scottie Pippen.
That is a terrible game. I have that. I have the 32X version of that.
So this is the closest I could come. Filmed in Hollywood with real basketball players, there's nothing virtual about this reality. Was that like or was it
That was an It's like as in like I disagree with that statement, but it's so dumb that I can't formulate the argument.
I'm upset. I might be missing disc 1. Oh no. I can't play Slam City without disc 1. Where's my disc 1 of I have to go to eBay. Unless it's behind there, it might be. Ew. That's what I found. That guy is the
I like how
CEO.
it says try another new title, and it has a picture of Slam City.
The same guy, yeah, exactly. Okay, so on the inside of this, um, grab these titles at your local CD-ROM retailer. Mom, can we go to the CD-ROM store?
Can we go? Can we go to Big Sur Waterbeds and CD-ROM Emporium?
Okay, so Supreme Warrior,
Played it.
available for the Sega CD now, available for the Sega CD 32X CD, January of '95. Corpse Killer's available, Slam City's available. It says Night Trap not available. Well, until January of '95. And then there's two kids games, Kids on Sight.
Yeah, that's for the 3DO. Does it 3DO or Sega CD?
It says Sega CD because they also list 3DO games like Slam City and Corpse Killer and stuff. Hard hat's not included. With Kids on Sight, your kids won't just watch bulldozers and steamrollers. They'll operate them right from the driver's seat. Engage the hydraulics, works the levers, grind the gears, and swing the wrecking ball. Colorful characters from the construction, I was going to say Constitution, crew guide the young rookie through each rig's operation. He is quite a rookie. And there's What's My Story, where I guess you can make your own story. Lets your child tell news stories using original movie clips and music. So it's like make your own video with Marky Mark, except you're just promoting a narrative.
Digital Pictures probably didn't have like a QA department because their games existed solely on the base. Is that disc 1?
Yeah, thank God.
What a relief.
I prayed and I found it.
But their games exist on like technical merit. You
Yeah.
know, he came out and they're like, oh, we have games that are all actors. It's real.
This is the ultimate Jurassic Park concept, is we were so preoccupied with wondering if we could, we never stopped to think if we should.
Mm-hmm.
These these aren't games. They're not. It's like playing with Adobe Premiere easy mode.
Yeah.
That's funny. And yet I played them. I played Wonder Dog, which I guess was an actual game.
Chakan I do like Chakan. It's extremely difficult. And I have more game history to drop on ya, because it does technically kind of have sequels.
It has a Game Gear sequel.
Yeah, the Game Gear game is different from the Genesis version. And then they poured a lot of time into a Chakan sequel that was announced for the Dreamcast. And Ed Annunziata actually talked about it quite a bit. And then the Dreamcast obviously went poop. Most of the game's assets actually worked their way into Blood Omen 2.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So if you play Blood Omen 2, it's a Legacy of Kain game, but it's also kind of a Chakan game.
That's really strange because, from what I understand, I've never actually played Blood Omen 2. I played the first Blood Omen, which of course is like Zelda, but I also played a lot of Soul Reaver, and I thought Blood Omen 2 was remarkably similar to Soul Reaver, if I wasn't mistaken. But I guess they just used a lot of ideas from that to incorporate them into a Soul Reaver style game.
I guess I've never played. That's another series though. Just like I've never played a Legacy of Kain game.
If you play either of them, play both of the PlayStation versions, because Legacy of Kain was fun. You slice dudes and then you can drink their blood. And like you'll be walking through like a dungeon. There'll be a guy chained up to the wall, and he'll just yell, "Please help me, kind sir!" And you can just like kill him with your sword and blood squirts everywhere, and he dies. Or you can drink his blood, and I think if you kill him, Kain yells "Fe Victus," which means "Woe to the conquered." And so you just sit there and hear him scream that, like if you just found like a room full of people, just "Fe Victus, Fe Victus, Fe Victus" over and over and over. And that was when I remember that the abuse of sound bites was going to become a problem in video games in the future.
Yeah.
The 1-to-1 ratio. If you do that attack and hit, that's what you would hear.
The problem with Turtles games forever.
Like I don't mind my toes as much as I do. We put on TMNT 2003 at the store on the Xbox, and Michelangelo, if he's jumping in the air and using his air attack, he yells, "Eat feet, eat feet, eat feet, eat feet, eat feet," over and over, no matter what. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like it.
Some other one-off games. Magician Lord is a good Neo Geo game.
Wonder Dog.
Wonder Dog.
Rolo to the rescue.
TC mentioned Rap Jam Volume 1, which was awfully ambitious of them to insinuate there might be additional volumes of that game.
A little ahead of yourself, yeah. Yeah, the Beetlejuice game.
I don't know. Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian's coming out soon, and then
They'll make a new one for the 3DS.
ugh.
Yeah, I mean that's probably gonna happen too. It's funny because I am way more interested in playing a game based off the new Ninja Turtles movie than I ever would be another Beetlejuice game. Unless the Beetlejuice game were handled by the guys who did the Ghostbusters video game.
Which one?
The 360 PS3 version.
Oh, okay. I was trying to like.
Not like the old Activision NES game.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? That sounds like the worst thing. That's the Gold Ghostbusters game. Just put Beetlejuice in it.
Just make him drive a car to a building, you just run out of fuel all the time.
Ugh.
That game isn't fun.
It's not, and Ghostbusters 2 is less convoluted but worse.
Yeah, that's true. How is that game so bad? How can you mess up a Ghostbusters game that much?
I don't know, and it really sucks because there are other Ghostbusters games of the era that are fantastic.
Like old computer ones, like Amiga.
There's the arcade one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Great game. And even like the Genesis one's not bad. It's a little silly. And then Hal's Ghostbusters 2
Oh yeah, yeah.
is amazingly fun. So it's just this, I don't know.
How did that happen? Skylar's got a split. Have a good night, Skylar, if you haven't left already. For shame. For shame. It kind of stinks that the Jurassic Park games weren't as good as they could have been.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't awful, but, like, they weren't... Like, the NES one was pretty bad, and the Game Boy game was not so good. The Super Nintendo one was fine, but, like, it had a lot of flaws.
I forgot that the Super Nintendo Jurassic Park 2, The Chaos Continues,
Oh, yeah.
like a full voiceover intro.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. And it was kind of fun to play.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad game.
Yeah, just running.
It's just here's the problem. Here's why so many movie license games back then suck. Is because there were companies who were bad at making video games but good at securing movie rights.
Yeah, that's unfair. That's unfair to you and I.
And then there's Hudson Hawk.
And then there's Hudson Hawk, which we played when we were down here.
You rather play Hudson Hawk or Darkman?
I don't think I played enough Darkman, but I feel instantly more attracted to him as an individual man. Peyton. We'll say Darkman, just because I can remember his spread in Engine of Power more readily.
So you have an inside advantage.
That's right. I worked the system. How about, would you rather play Defenders of Dynatron City or Nightshade?
Nightshade.
I like Nightshade. That was a cool idea.
It's a great game that has terrible controls. That's the only problem.
That's sad.
Because if you like the Shadowrun game on the Super Nintendo, it's basically it's Wario's Woods, where on the Super Nintendo when you have an extra 4 buttons, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
On the Nintendo, it's a bad idea.
Because you're complicating things with lack of buttons.
Yeah,
Nightshade. Isn't Anubis trying to kiss you or something? Or find you?
I think so.
Hmm. He's mean. He's a mean boy.
He needs a spanking.
I would spank Anubis. For free, though. I don't charge for that.
That's good.
That's BS.
Free Anubis spanks. Hooba stank.
Free Hoobastank CDs.
Do you have any? I think we've talked about this before. But like, is there a game that the soundtrack is not important to you because you were listening to other music while you were playing it?
That's tricky to answer because very seldom would I listen to other music over a game soundtrack. I remember listening to a lot of stuff during like a similar era in which I would like, associate the two very readily, but like I remember listening to or playing Doom on the 32X and listening to a lot of Filter and Nine Inch Nails. Maybe that. But I like the Doom soundtrack.
Yeah, but you'd heard it a million times by then.
Well, yeah, so I guess it wasn't like that imperative that I listened to it. And Nine Inch Nails at the time was like, okay, I could totally kill monsters to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, very rarely would I ever put on video game music over a game soundtrack, or put on regular music over a game soundtrack. What about you?
I when I first got my PlayStation, I was also really into music, and so as good as PlayStation music was, it sounded like crap on my really bad mono TV. I wound up muting a lot of games. So whenever I think of like Vandal Hearts or Front Mission 3 or even Xenogears, I can't think of a single Xenogears song, but when I think of Xenogears, I start humming Incubus songs.
Weird.
Yeah.
Just fast white rap.
Yeah, because I listened to a lot of Incubus while I was playing PS1 RPGs.
Okay, okay. That's fair. That makes sense. Yeah, my associations are probably easier for me to recall than too much substitution. I remember being blown away by Redbook Audio, and I remember throwing like the Tobal sound like a game disc into like the CD player, and I could hear all the songs. I was like, "There's no way, this is so cool."
Yeah.
Which of course, is the most non-optimal thing you could do for video game compression, which is just take up 80% of your disc with music. But I did that a lot. I think I know Tobal you could do it for certain. There's a handful of other games. I can't remember any that I used to do it with. Tobal's the one I remember.
I did it with Earthworm Jim.
Oh, could you do it with that?
With the PC version. I'm not sure about the Sega CD one.
Sonic CD.
Yeah.
It was Sonic CD. I remember being very excited about that. Sit there and listen to it.
I remember when I first started getting CD games that didn't have Redbook Audio, like PlayStation games and stuff like that, I was just incredibly frustrated to learn that you couldn't just put them in a CD player.
Yeah, that sucks. Especially Symphony of the Night, because you're like, I just want to listen to this soundtrack for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and then it's like, please just set your CD player onto track 2.
You stupid Alucard. What a smug idiot.
I'm interested in this. I picture like Alucard buying stuff from the Resident Evil 4 merchant.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you buying? I'm interested in this.
It's time to put an end to this. I liked that voice acting. I like bad voice acting of that era because it reminds me so heavily of the era.
Yeah.
It's very important to me that like it is shitty because it represents mostly that they were trying something new and nobody was really good at it yet. Like the only two games that really had gotten it for me at that point were Metal Gear and Star Fox 64 actually.
Which is silly that like you could say to someone who is a voice actor by profession, like, oh well, you're this guy in a mansion, and there's a ghost chasing you, and he'd be like, a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Well, you're a fox, and you fly around in the spaceship, and you shoot stuff down to get at this monkey guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, nailed it, got it. I know how to do that.
exactly. Somehow they managed to like, yeah, they got it. That is weird. But I enjoyed Star Fox's voice acting, mostly because like it's hard to not make that fit because you're already playing as like animals flying spaceships. So like even if it's like a little bit cheesy, like it works really well with that atmosphere.
I just think we need to. Here's one thing that we need to draw the line on when it comes to video game voice acting.
Okay.
If you're going on an adventure or you're doing something that involves like Tails, I can kind of forgive because he's supposed to be young.
Yeah.
Build an airplane.
Yeah.
Slippy is in air-based combat. He's using lasers to shoot down other pilots who are probably going to die when they either explode or impact with the ground.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, Fox, let's do it. Like, no.
Yeah, that voice association is weird because, like, in the first game, just for the Super Nintendo, where he's just croaking,
He's the deepest one.
he's a deep croak. So, like, it would make sense for him. Like, Peppy has a higher voice than he does. So, that reminds me of one thing that bothers me. Is how they released, like, a limited edition salt and pepper set for Star Fox? Have you seen that?
No.
Like, some press got this a long time ago, or like some limited thing, and you can get, like, a salt and pepper shaker, but it's Salt and Peppy, but there's a character named Pepper.
Yeah.
It's not him, and that's weird. So, that always bugged me. And most bugs me that I don't have it.
Voices that are too high, Shane mentions Mega Man voice acting.
Oh, yeah. What happened with that?
Ugh.
They just, like, all, hey, who's the guy who did the voice of Dr. White, or Elmer Fudd? Get him to do Dr. Light. Was that Mel Blanc? He probably did all.
Yeah, that was Mel Blanc, but he was dead by the time that came out.
Lucky him. Yeah, the Mega Man voice acting, I forgot. It was pretty bad. Or, yeah, Bass, why must we fight? We are not enemies. And then Bass would just punch and go, shut up. And that's like a little brother retort, or like an older brother retort. And that makes me happy. But yeah, I mean, like, and there's like a league of like, really bad voice acting that like, it's always entertaining, and it's, I mean, like Evil Zone or Chaos Wars or something like that, where it's truly like they hired, family members or whatever,
Yeah.
to do this kind of stuff. But I think actually Evil Zone had Colonel Campbell from Metal Gear doing like the main voiceover, and like it was okay, but it was still kind of like stiff.
He's done some really, like, it's always that voice, and I'm always like, ooh, but he's done some very bad jobs.
He really has. It's funny. I think of him as like in one of like the most acclaimed series ever for voice acting and like presentation, and that a lot of his career
that voice too.
Terrible.
I like that it's always that voice that he does.
He does. He always just sounds like Colonel Campbell every single time.
One day I was just up really early, and I turned on Cartoon Network, and Ben 10 was on. And he does the voice of Ben 10's grandpa, who's like a plumber. There's like a big fat plumber, and it's the Colonel Campbell voice.
That's really funny. I want David Hayter to do a voice in a cartoon. Speaking of voice actors, I became friends with Renee Jacobs on Facebook.
I saw that.
And I invited her to see if she would come to ACE this year. And I guess we would talk to her manager. But the voice actor like manager that does all 4 of the original Turtles.
Ooh.
So you get Townsend, and you get Cam Clark, you get Rob Paulson, you get Donatello. I don't know his name, but yeah, I'd like to see if they could come out here.
That'd be cool.
I'd be pretty excited. I'd get everything signed by them. Every body part.
A Roomba.
All my Roombas would get signed by different Ninja Turtles. I would totally have them do, like, my my voicemail. If they can get April out, though, I'll have her do it. Oh, Joel Hodgson is going to be there.
Really?
Yeah, that really excites me.
That is very exciting.
Now I have to get like a Tom Servo tattoo or something and have him sign that, I guess.
Yeah, Enchanted Arms on the 360 has some really terrible voice acting.
I love when games in this day and age end up like slipping through the screening process.
That game is an odd duck. It's by From Software, but don't let that fool you. Software does not make a lot of games that are as good as Dark Souls.
Did you play what was the ninja game that they did? It's really over the top and really ridiculous. Ninja Blade.
I have not, no.
It's really fun.
Yeah?
There's because like it's all like a bunch of like silly QuickTime like cutscenes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I like QuickTime events, especially like, if they're really ridiculous and over the top. And there's one where like you attack a wrecking ball and then you ride the wrecking ball in a circle and smash a giant spider in its face. And, like it's crap like that. Like it's really ridiculous, like super ultra action movie kind of junk. But it's a really fun game.
Hmm.
I would recommend checking it out. It's probably really cheap at this point too.
Probably.
Let's see. We'll probably start getting wrapped up pretty soon here. Shane Kelly still gets a copy of Forza 5. I might have missed it, but which store did you want to stop by to pick this game up?
I think he said East Side.
Huh?
I think he said East Side.
East Side, okay. Well, then I'll bring it down there for you. East Side is not the least side. The least amount of sides.
The West Side store is changing. It's not leaving that shopping plaza, but it's changing storefronts.
We're moving to the front of the shopping center.
Okay, where Little Anita's and all that is.
Yeah, like we're like at the very, very front, like right next to Fortune Cookie, between that and Star Tattoo. So we're going to be like, in a much more prominent spot, and we're actually delegating a place of almost like 250 square feet to just maybe like 300 square feet to just like a video game section where people can hang out and play games. So like, and it's going to be at the back of the shop and not towards the front. So it's going to be a lot easier just to hang out at the store and like play games and not be in people's way while they're shopping.
Very interesting.
We're going to have a lot of room to do like tournaments and gaming events and stuff like that, and I'm really excited. Okay. All right. I'm going to get ready to call it quits here pretty soon because we actually might go to a movie.
Oh, a movie.
Yeah, we might go see Spider-Boy.
I heard that he has superpowers.
No, you're wrong.
Do you have a favorite Spider-Man game?
Probably Spider-Man 2, like on like the PS2, GameCube, Xbox. Just because I loved swinging around the world with your webs, and you had to like actually like latch onto stuff, and each trigger would be your left or your right hand. Eventually, I think they just made it so it was like one button. But I really like that you could like jump up in the air, grab with your right hand, and like spin around and slam into a wall because you're not being careful.
Mm-hmm.
If you did both of them, then you could sit there and tether yourself between two buildings and just like swing back and forth while you're waiting, and then pull yourself back and then slingshot yourself through the air. It was a really fun mechanic. I'd play that again. I would totally play that again. Nude. I actually still have to go download Mega Man Extreme. I haven't played that since it came out.
Extreme.
X marks the tream. Sweet. So we get a lot of good questions, a lot of good discussion going on tonight. I'm glad it sort of picked up a little bit later because we had a lot of fun things to talk about. And that's, I think, sort of like the best is when we get people in here actively sort of like back and forthing with us.
Yeah.
You know, that's my favorite. I wish this question and answer thing was more like a chat room than it is like, because it's not really optimized super well.
Yeah.
But it's cool, at least. It's cool to be able to do it. I always appreciate when people come in and we can sort of hang out. So, next week we might be able to get CG Thornton to help out. We'll see if she can actually make it. I know she's been busy with some stuff recently. We'll check it out. See what happens. But that's it. That's the end. That's the end of my life. I was singing the Airman song to myself until I faint.
Okay.
Thank you.
Please.
Oh, Kelly says Ultimate Spider-Man, which actually is really good. That's like the cel-shaded one, and it really takes the mechanics to the next level and adds like a ton of villains. But I missed the two-handed web slinging. That was my thing. And the PS1, that was narrated by Bruce Campbell, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool idea. I like that he gets involved doing fun stuff like that all the time. But very good. Is there anything you would like to say to our viewers before we take off this evening?
Please like our Facebook page at facebook.com/cyberzonepodcast. You can post questions up there or any news bits that you think would be interesting for us to talk about. You can see us at garetro.com, where John mostly posts stuff, but I have some articles in the pipe that should be headed up there pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
And say something nice to someone that you know.
Yeah. Tell them that they're good at Ghostbusters on the NES.
Yeah. But only if it's true.
That's true. You don't want to give them false hope and then they go enter a Ghostbusters tournament and they just lose.
Oh my god.
I'm going to have one of those. That's good for the grand opening of the new store. If you can come in and get a high score on Ghostbusters, you'll win a copy of Ghostbusters. To prove that you were the best. We'll get it signed by Harold Ramis.
No.
Nope. Not going to happen. All right, very good. Well, thank you guys for watching. Next time, next week, next Thursday, I think we'll be doing this on time. And we'll do it again. You guys can come hang out with us, ask us questions. Maybe we'll do some more giveaways. I might have like some more codes or like Steam codes or something, because I like doing those as well too. And congratulations to everybody who's won anything this evening. I'll deliver it to you guys as I get the opportunity. So, until the next time.
The next time is now.
Until now. Good night. Bye, everybody.
Punch you.